Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Pinnacle Cup. We are here with another fantastic game. It's another promotion game here in the 2-0 bracket of the Swiss stage. My name is Hayes, and I'm joined by Ant, and we have Endpoint versus SKADE lined up for you guys as the next game here of the competition. And Ant, what a clash this is going to be between these two teams. As I say, fighting for a spot in the playoffs. What a great game this is going to be, man.
Yes, sir. SKADE. They were one of those invite teams coming into the last tournament that I saw. I mean, Spring Sweet. But okay. This game should be very interesting, right? If there's any, hey, you and I are always talking, right? We're always like, it should be a three mapper. If there's anyone that
Yeah,
should be a three mapper, it's definitely this one, right? SKADE. It looks like they have
absolutely.
found themselves some form. Endpoint kind of alongside them. Speaking of SKADE, we've got Oxygen, Ships, Dennis Law, Duplicate, and Rainwalker. Hayes, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this Bulgarian team have been looking seriously good throughout the entirety of 2021. I think they went through a little bit of a dip in form over the past few weeks, but they've started to look really resolute once again. They've looked solid, and they're in a good place, I would say, coming into this matchup. They reclaimed their spots back in the top 30 according to HLTV as well. They're ranked 24th at the moment, so they've just been looking all really good in general. Denny's Law, the Opera of the team, is often one of the most dominant forces. Of course, Ships is pulling the strings as well as the IGL, and it's just a very solid unit. Let's have a look at the units of Endpoint, and we can see the Brits that are going to be on the server, along with the Holland or the Dutch player, of course, crucial in the mix, and he's just so dominant with his AWP band.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Crucial go off, and I feel like this will be a great head-to-head matchup between the two Oppers and Endpoint. I mean, alongside, like I said, just being a great head-to-head matchup between SKADE and Endpoint. I mean, we've got a great head-to-head matchup in all regards of the server, right? Oppers, IGLs. We've got some big brains, some big plays, some big boys coming into this one today. So,
Yeah,
this is one that's pretty good to kick off at least your and I's run.
absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Mezzi in the mix here as well, of course. Thomas, Mighty Max, Surreal, Coach Ross are. So I mean, this Endpoint team is well established. They're looking pretty good lately as well. They've had good results. So now let's see the maps that we're going to have here in the series between these two teams, and what is the playing field going to be? SKADE, well, they want nothing to do with Ancients. They've dabbled with Ancients, and it hasn't gone phenomenally for them. So I guess they don't want to take any chances here against Endpoint. SKADE will pick Dust 2, Endpoint pick Overpass. Comfort picks coming through for both of the teams so far, and Inferno will be the decider.
Okay, yeah, I don't see too many surprising things with this Vita right here. I mean, yeah, as you said in the past, SKADE, they've dabbled with Ancient. The win rate, it's not all that great, right? They haven't looked all that good on the map, even though the times they've played it. Then, I mean, Endpoint, obviously, their permaban is nuke, so that's no surprise to see it come in. Dust 2 Overpass Inferno. Again, it's more of one of those puggy kind of styles of Vitos, right? I'm glad we finally do get to see Overpass. You and I in the past couple of days, I feel like we've seen those Mirages, we've seen the Dust 2s, and Overpass is always like the decider map, and we just never end up going there, man. So I'm excited to see what Endpoint have gotten in store on Overpass for us.
Yeah, absolutely. It should be a good map indeed. I mean, SKADE also very competent on Endpoint, on Overpass rather. But these three maps that we have here in this pool right now, and are actually the most played three maps for both of these teams. So, I mean, that's pretty cool, actually, right? It means we're going to have like a super competitive series here because both of these teams are going to be comfortable in every single map that gets played throughout. So, there's no blowouts, there's no like super one sided, or we don't have any expectations of there being any blowouts or one sided games. All of these maps should be very closely contested. So, I'm looking forward to it, man. This game should be a very closely contested affair.
Mhm.
Endpoint taking on SKADE in the 2-0 bracket of the Pinnacle Cup Swiss stage means the winner goes 3-0 and secures themselves a spot in the playoffs. The loser dropped to 2-1. They still have another two chances, right? So not the end of the world by any stretch, but you want that reassurance, man. You also get to take it a bit more chilled over the next few days. You don't have to play as many games. You can do a bit more preparation. And of course, this is all in the name of the 100,000 US dollar prize pool. It's up for grabs and an absolutely massive prize pool here in the Pinnacle Cup.
Yeah, and I'm excited to get to see SKADE finally. I mean, like I've seen them a very tiny bit, but I've heard a lot about these guys and how they look pretty good. I've don't quote me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is like a newer SKADE than I had seen a long time ago. I haven't seen SKADE for a very very long time, right? And right? Am I thinking the right team? Right?
We what are you saying? We haven't casted SKADE together
Well,
in a
you and I
while?
haven't casted SKADE, but I swear it's been a long time since I've personally seen SKADE. Like, I mean, just even
Okay.
watched them, right? I
Okay,
mean,
I mean, they've been playing a lot of Counter-Strike lately, so I guess you might have just missed them here or there. But they've still been playing quite regularly, so they've been very active. Yeah.
No, I don't mean like they're not playing at all. I mean like just
Okay.
I mean like in general, like in the past couple of in the past long for like very long time, like they used to not be all that great, right? I'd see them for a drop low
Okay.
two to teams they shouldn't. And I personally haven't seen them as of recent. I mean, I kind of I look across the score lines, I look down tournaments, I look down stat lines, and I see them, taking up big wins over one win over Mouse, 1-2 versus Furia. It's still a good fight. I mean, these teams that should be and that I would like see on paper. I haven't obviously I said I haven't seen the new SKADE that should be like in my mind taking these games. Skater putting up a good fight. I mean, the other week they beat Entropic, so I mean, I don't really know what to expect from these guys.
Yeah, I would say in like the past 3 to 4 months, since like March, the skate team has just been on a serious upward trajectory, and they've been very, very competitive in the tier 2 realm of World Counter Strike. So, anytime they're playing against a team in a match that's not tier 1, you can always expect them to be competitive type of thing. Like they've been looking very good. The thing I like about the team is they've got all their protocols and structures in place. They work really well as a unit as well. They're very reactive. But because they're so comfortable with one another, it means that they've got that extra depth to their game. They've got that experience behind them as well. So it can be quite tough to go up against them when they've got their momentum. So yeah, Endpoint have their work cut out for them here. What do Pinnacle have the betting odds at for this game? Let me have a quick look at that chat before we jump into it. I
You
remember
know,
it being quite 50-50. 1.72 for Endpoint and 2.15 for SKADE. So Pinnacle actually have Endpoint as the slight favorites coming into this one.
One team that we have seen before, Hayes, you and I, is Endpoint, right? These guys, I feel like they're sometimes a force to be reckoned with, unless they're playing Fiend, in which case they really want to just keep us at the server for as long as physically possible. But I mean,
Yeah.
they've taken some pretty convincing wins off some pretty convincing teams, right? 2-1 over Ents, pretty dominating series over Saw, 2 over the Young Ninjas. I mean, they've picked up some pretty good maps and pretty good wins. I mean, again, another one of those teams that has played against the tier 1 team of Furia, and they took a map off them. Obviously, you don't really expect them to pick up the series. Furia, very, very well organized team. But I mean, Endpoint, they've really got something going for us here.
Yeah. You're right, they do. I mean, they beat Ents 2-1 recently as well, and Ents have been looking very, very good. We'll see Ents a bit later on. They play Sinners. After this match, we'll be jumping into that game. So, big win for Endpoint there. Yeah, they've had solid results lately as well. So, we've got two teams who are both in good form going up against each other here, which is, I think, really important to keep in mind that there isn't really any superior team. There isn't really any substantial favorites coming off the bat, like into this game. So, apologies about the slight delay here, guys. We're just waiting for the players to get ready. Actually, what am I talking about? There's no delay. We're ready to jump straight in. I just thought I'd
Kappa,
give you guys a bit of a
debated.
jabate there. Yeah, exactly. Let's jump straight in, guys. It's going to be Dust 2 off the bat, picked by SKADE. And we're getting straight into the action here.
Oh boy, here we go, starting it out on Dust 2. Who's going to come out on top on SKADE's map pick? Certainly, it seems like they're probably favored, at least in this map. Not necessarily in the series, but it all does start here. Starting out on that defensive side, Endpoint. They get the side of choice and they choose that T side, playing very slow to start off this game. With I feel like a lot of days in the current meta, we'll see T sides really start off like getting aggressive and going in the other team's face. But I mean, Endpoint, be it they do take out long control. They've played this one pretty slow. Oxygen, though, slow is not the name of the game for him. He has moved all the way up through middle, and he might catch a kill completely unexpected. Thomas, he's been tagged up, and Oxygen's going to be the one to finish him. Ships has his assist coming into it. Now 4v5. The game plan might be changed just a little bit slightly, though. The bomb is in B tunnels, and it's been there the whole round.
Smokes, which means they won't be able to get across, but because of the flashbangs, they're actually able to. No frags coming through here for SKADE. It is, of course, a fake from Endpoint, but they've lost so many players in the process. Actually, looks like Mighty Max is going to be able to sit in the smoke. Oh, Mezzy, he forces the issue. Oh, that's a disaster. Mighty Max ends up falling without finding anything. Means that Surreal's left alone in the 1 versus 4 clutch with it all to do right now. He can't just sit back and wait, and that's why he's trying to take a bit of a fight right now, but he won't be able to find anything in the post plant.
That was beautiful.
Round coming through from SKADE, man.
That was very beautiful from SKADE, right? I mean, you see Oxygen go up and get that first kill, and then you know they're coming up long, right? You spotted at least 2, you hear smokes coming out, and so usually at that point, that's when the CTs will absolutely just bring the horde. They'll tell their entire team, start this rotation. Let's get over to that A-bomb site. And I love what they do, right? Rainwalker, he knows his mid player's gone in on that rotation. And usually, when you're in a situation like that, that B player, he kind of goes to pick up mid, jiggles all the way, deep in towards the mid doors to spot if they're going up catwalk, but also make sure he can see if they come out B. He sits outside of window, expecting them to go on that B bomb site. That's really what tells his team to get back before things get too far out of hand.
True. Yeah, good attention to detail there, good awareness from SKADE, and good reactions as well. They get themselves on the board first. It's going to be a force-bind response here from Endpoint, but they've lost the first player in the round here once again. It's Oxygen to open up once again.
Wow, this is...
And what's the response here from Endpoint?
It's a really nice start here from Oxygen, or not from Oxygen. Well, yeah, he was the player that I was going to talk about from SKADE in general, right? I mean, getting these openers so far, playing pretty well as a team, making sure nobody falls untraded. Oxygen, speaking of the man, picking up 2 on the FAMAS, and that's his 3rd on the round so far, 4th in the game. SKADE, so far looking pretty clean to not even necessarily drop one in this one. Mezzy gets a grenade behind that cat smoke. They're both here completely blind. He's going up. He's getting the ace. Oxygen on the 2nd round started off strong on the CT side.
Wow. Perfect defense towards short, man. And initially, he does it all by himself as well with the FAMAS holding that off angle. He takes down 2 players coming through the smoke. They're gray screened. He's got full clear vision. Not only that, but he also does a good job to avoid the util so that he can take those fights. The flashbang doesn't actually connect, so Oxygen's not blinded up whatsoever. He stays alive, finds both of those kills, and then he gets to re-aggress as well as the smoke dissipates. Finds himself 2 further kills, and in the end, it's the ace in the round. So great job coming through from him, man. He's looking very good here in the early stages of Dust 2. And now it's going to be an eco from Endpoint.
Man, I love this from Oxygen. He is still just staying on that gas pedal, right? The pistol round. He walks up middle. Cat take, last round, he goes straight up Cat to find the opening duel. Now he's tucked into pit. Endpoint. I mean, even though we're focusing on the wrong person this round, or at least I am, Dennis Law, he's picked up 2 in middle, pretty much shutting the ball down, but still, I mean...
Anti-eco.
I love this from Oxygen. I mean, even though he's not going to find a kill here, this is just so sick. He keeps repositioning. He keeps making sure that he's not playing passive, and he wants to make sure Endpoint feel uncomfortable this entire time. I really want to see what he does next round, though. That's what's going to intrigue me.
Good point. Once we get into that gun round, what's he got up his sleeve at that point? Denny's also with some clean shots in this round. Of course, he's the AWPer here for SKADE. This is SKADE's map pick. And they're going to be very happy about the way that things have gone so far. Nice shot there from Thomas. So at least get a frag back in the round. Can he find another? That would be cool if he could. Would certainly be affecting SKADE's weaponry or at least economic situation. Unfortunately, the duplicate will take him down 3-0. SKADE with a good start here to their map pick, and... But now we head into the first full gun round, and Crucial immediately picks up the big green gun.
Yeah, now is when we're gonna see that alt duel I was talking about. I think, right? I mean, we haven't seen too much from Endpoint thus far. I hope they could change that around because obviously, as we said, this is the map pick of SKADE, but Endpoint. You know, I want to see some life in them and their T-side of Dust 2. I really want to see if they can get anything to start cooking, and maybe this can be the time to change that, because Mezzy looks like he's about to take control of long, or at least fight for it. Put some contesting on the board. Flashes come out, and so does he. Through smokes, through mollies, through fire and nades. Denny's Law, though, he's not going to back away, and Surreal's going to show him that he should have. Duplicate down through the smoke, and Endpoint, they kick this one off swinging.
Great way for them to start off this all-important gun run, and they're not going to be slowing down here either. There we go. Mezzy, he just takes Oxygen's head clean off, so finally he won't be having any further impact here in the round.
And this is the Endpoint.
Endpoint, they just, rampage straight through long in towards the A-bomb side, keeping things literally as simple as you possibly can on the T side of Dust 2, right? Just take contact long with numbers, win the gunfights, and essentially you can win the round at that point. If you trade 2 for nothing, essentially it's not even a trade at that point. If you find 2 kills and don't lose any in return, you pretty much win the round as the T side on Dust 2.
Yeah, and I love that after they get that first kill, right, they just put their foot on the gas. They know, because usually if that AWPer is lingering around for longer, there is no way there's not anybody there. So that's just another part, like another little minute detail that Endpoint add to the tally, right? That AWPer creeping around the smoke. Again, you're not going to go up with the one-shot weapon, because even if, let's say, that AWPer does get the kill, there's definitely more players already out through the doors to make sure that trade comes in. That's why that rifle is behind them, and that's exactly why Endpoint know they can get a secondary free kill. And they just keep it going, too. They're trying to save, and Ships can't even get away. Rainwalker, he's the only one bringing an M4 into the next.
How much cash does SKADE have here? Okay, they've got enough money to comfortably buy a pair. Rainmaker will drop a gun for Oxygen, so they'll have a full set of weaponry. There's even going to be a double AWP set up in play, and Ships, he's a very competent second AWPer as well, by the way. So let's see how this one ends up playing out. Endpoint, not going to be taking contact long this time round. And, winning a round like that, and it kind of just sets you into the occasion, right? First round of the series that they've won here. First gun round as well. Oh, the AWP has been spotted, and Surreal will take Denny's Law down. He was playing on that timer. He was actually just about to back off because he knew that there could be imminent danger coming through from lowers, but unfortunately, he was just too late.
Yeah, and, I mean... He is playing on that timer, you said that, but I don't know if I necessarily like that, right? We see a lot of offers go up for that early pick. The thing is, even if you go up, don't spawn anything and try to get away, you're really risking somebody being in lower tunnels, spotting out that barrel. I really feel like you should have a rifler behind you to just make sure you can get some support and getting away. Thankfully, though, Rainwalker has been able to equalize the score in this round. Mezzy not going to be able to have an impact this time around, but there's still ops to go on the board for both of these teams as Endpoint look to slow it down. I think they want to contest the B-bomb site. No, going to make their way up catwalk. One man outside long, Thomas. He'll just be trying to play spoiler here. The main take's coming up from Cat. They've got Util to try and do it as well. Duplicate just ready to take some contact and drop the Molotov as soon as he spots it. Under 50 seconds to go on Endpoint. They've decided they're ready. Are they ready for the Molotov? It looks like they are. Going straight through it for a second there. Surreal flashed off. I'm actually kind of surprised that none of them take damage to that. I feel like that's misplaced from the side of SKADE. A missed opportunity for them, maybe. Duplicate, though, now he's got to go big. Molly comes into his way. It seems like they're very well aware that somebody's going to be lingering around ramp. And with a man on the long wall, how is this going to hold off? There's Oxygen getting one. Duplicate's on the trade. And this is just shut down by the SKADE defense.
Yeah, the 1-2 punch coming through there from Duplicate and Oxygen essentially, as you say, has shut Endpoint down. It's only Crucial left remaining, but he's got no time or space to work with. Oxygen will suffocate him, and SKADE are back to winning ways. I love that 1-2 punch coming through from Oxygen and Duplicate as well. They just play that so nicely, right? The way that Oxygen takes contact towards long. Duplicate knows not to overplay his hand until he's been baited into the fight. And once he swings out, there's nobody watching the angle. So he gets himself a couple kills.
That's a very good defense from SKADE, but I was gonna say, Duplicate, I don't like that he's kind of pinched in here, but then I saw that, Oxygen's sitting on the long wall to help him out. That's the trades that we needed to see in that first round that Endpoint had picked up, and now it looks like nothing really gonna come back for him. Another force spy comes out from the Endpoint T side, and well, the only thing they've found so far is a man disadvantage. Oxygen still alongside his teammate Duplicate. Do they expect him to still be here? That's the question. Well, they definitely do now, because he throws a flashbang in, and Endpoint still look to contest for long control. If Duplicate gets one here, though, that's kind of worth it.
You think so? But if he
100%.
goes 1-for-1, it's still a 3v3, but Shipsy's found a kill towards mid. So that pretty much, well, I was going to say secures the advantage for SKADE in the round until Duplicate goes down without finding a single frag. Back into the 3v3 with time left on the clock. Endpoints have got options available. So they actually don't have to make any commitments here. The only problem is they don't have any util left answer. So they're going to have to take the brute force approach here.
An insult to injury. Rainwalker's come all the way through tunnels. He can tell his teams, hey, they're going A. They're not going to be able to clear me out. Because even as a T, sure, you might be expecting somebody to be pushed up. You don't expect Rainwalker to be at the angle that he is right now, right? I love this from him. It's a perfect off angle because he'll let them come up middle. He'll let them take some contact because he's got ships in towards CT, who's now pulling a rotation. So maybe he's not telling his team to stay on that A-bomb site, but he's not going to be caught out. Nobody comes in through upper to clear the lower stairwell. That's just not something you do. So Endpoint feel like their backs are against the wall here, and they're taking so much time to decide where they want to go that I feel like by the time they commit, the round will just be done and dusted. And Rainwalker, he's going to catch timing, but not the kill. Now, they know somebody's pushed up and lower. It's going to be up to Denny's Law, the offer. Can he find the shots? No, he can't. Big whiff, and they're going to push him down from catwalk and long. Mezzy's found the most impactful kill of the round with Ships on the flank. That's another crucial whiff. 1v3, and a round that SKADE had no business losing goes the way of Endpoint.
Certainly does. What a turnaround from Endpoint, man. They barely have anything going for them in that round. As you said, barely any time on the clock. They have no util either. They just take contact up short, but plenty shots being missed by SKADE. If Denny's Law at least hits his first shot and Ships hits his, there's only one player left for Endpoints at that stage. But they both missed some pretty basic AWP shots, and it means that Endpoints are finding that 3 versus 4. So pressure onto SKADE, who are going to be forcing back in response. Scout, M4A1S, Desert Eagles. But it's a big opportunity for Endpoint to draw within one round.
Yeah, and this is a force back from SKADE. They don't really want to let Endpoint get too far up here. I mean, I don't know if I'm a big fan of this. Sure, though. I mean, I guess CT side not really favored. Just try to put up a fight and keep the money of Endpoint fairly weakened, which right now, I'd say it is, right? Mezzy, sure, he's got $3,200, but everybody kind of strapped for cash. So anybody other than Mezzy falling will have a very difficult time buying. Now, what are they trying to do here on the defense? Just stack for A. Stack is definitely what you want to be doing in a situation like this. And Ships, he's going to have to go huge on the A1S. In comes one of the cross smokes, but Dennis Law through it. It's already going to be taken out of the equation, 4v5. And I feel like the CTs are kind of locked out of this bomb site right now. If they really want to try to put up a fight here, they got to do something crazy like this. Flash comes through, but thankfully they didn't, because some of those players, they were playing anti-flash for that exact reason, and that would have been an instant kill. Endpoint, they've walked up long. They've got control of the bomb site, and are SKADE just opting to save?
Well, I just don't think that SKADE actually realized how far forward Endpoints are or were, because they didn't really give any information away. They crept their way forward very slowly, and now we're going to be seeing SKADE pulling through the boost. The A1 Nessia for Ships. Oh no, he falls off. He can't actually complete the kill. They're going to be reboosting here, but that ends up leading to Ships' demise. Thomas will double down as he takes down Duplicate as well. That's a clean round coming through here from Endpoints and the anti-force buy, and
That's insane because that boost, it was done so well, right? They were all the way, they had no idea what was going on. Two of them were completely lined up. The man in the front had the bomb out. That could have been 2 free kills for SKADE. You're looking at a 3v4. Endpoint, they're in an uncomfortable spot with the bomb down in the open. SKADE really could have played upset in that one, but falling off of the boost means way more than it may initially seem.
it's unfortunate. I mean, SKADE are looking, I mean, they're up right now, 4-2. About to be 4-3, but they're looking a little bit rusty. Couple missed shots, you know, just looking like they're a little bit slow to start here in this map, and certainly don't doubt that they'll be warming up to the occasion as the game goes on, but probably not performing at the level they'd expect out of themselves so far.
True. Endpoint, though, I mean, still, they're going to have to pick up a lot more than SKADE do for the SKADE to make this a good half. I mean, I'd say maybe 3 more rounds for SKADE, and you can already chalk this one up as a pretty good job on the CT side of your map pick. Endpoint, they've got a very long road if they want to make this a pretty dominant half. And they're not going to have too many of these ecos to play against because SKADE, I guess the money is pretty decent for them, even though they're getting a couple of deals into it. Next round should be a rifle. You're looking at 4-4. And then you could start to take the lead back if you're confident in your abilities. Rainwaker, though. Is he confident in anything? No. I see some players, right, sit in this angle, and as soon as that smoke comes in, spam through the door, maybe just try to find the kill. Thomas. Okay, he's getting all the 1v1s he could ever dream of, and this is just kind of ugly from SKADE, right? I mean, this is not something I expect from them, but they're all just kind of swinging one by one. Sure, we can say the benefit of a doubt. It's an eco, but that's just not, I feel like, what we should be seeing, right? Everybody, if they all swing together, Thomas, he gets maybe 1 kill there, and the trade would be instantaneous, and then you're looking at SKADE potentially putting up a fight for long control. And again, it's just an eco with the USPs, so I'm kind of looking at minute details here, but that could kind of feel like that shows how most of this game has been going.
Exactly. That's kind of what I was going to be saying as well. It's a bit indicative of how this game has been for Endpoint so far. A little bit rusty is the word that comes to mind when I think about their performance, but still definitely expect them, as I said, to warm up to the game as it goes on. Endpoint with a big gun round here. They know that they've actually got the advantage, even though the scores are level. They've got the momentum behind them right now. Oh man, got a little bit nervous. Then he's lost spots on the feet out, so he has information. There are some players in towards lowers, and he did spot him out on the boost as well. It looks like he wants to go back for the fight, but it's actually going to be Thomas who finds oxygen towards long. Not an aggressive take whatsoever from Endpoint, but still achieving the desired result, and Crucial finds Chips towards mid. Both of the picks going unanswered at the moment, and this is fantastic for Endpoint.
Yeah, I mean, SKADE, after the initial couple of rounds that they found in succession, they have really gone quiet. Endpoint, and here's the thing, right? SKADE haven't put up a fight for long. Whether they have, they haven't won it. So, I mean, they're kind of, I don't know if I could really say too much, but SKADE, I feel like they need to batten down the hatches there. Uh-oh. They're not clearing out the corner, and Rainmaker's going to get 2. Crucial finds the trade, but still. Oh, wow. Oh, wait, hold on. I missed more kills coming in from the side of Endpoint, though it might be a little more doable now with Duplicate finding that headshot onto Surreal. 2v2. The util, I mean, they've got a smoke molly flash. Do they really want to attempt this one? They can smoke the tunnels because that's exactly what one of the players is coming in from. So the Molotov is just going to have to be perfectly placed. So maybe he throws it towards the back of the bomb site. I mean, it is a common one that we see. Actually does go towards Crucial's angle, and that was the chance for him to get the kill, but misses the shot. And Thomas won't 1v1, and it goes the way of Endpoint. Very, very close in the end, but SKADE can't capitalize.
Solid work coming through from Endpoint, man, to get themselves onto that B bomb sites in the first place and then locking out the post plant as well. All of them are on right now. Maybe Mighty Max actually hasn't had the individual performance yet, but early days. I'm just saying, though, we've seen moments of brilliance from everybody so far on this Endpoint team when they've needed it the most, right? Just to continue to shut SKADE down here. Going to be an eco round now for the CT side, but this has been some domination from Endpoint. They've won 5 of the past 6 rounds up until this point.
SKADE, they're dropping the ball hard, I feel. I mean, they're just not really playing as a coordinated team, it seems like. Even though the last round you have a ton of players making highlight plays, the problem is if you look on the radar, they don't have a team behind them. Like when, who was it? I think it was Rainwaker over towards B. If he doesn't find that multi-kill, round is done. If Duplicate doesn't find that kill in middle, round is done. There's just so many of these places where SKADE don't have an opportunity for a trade, and they're pretty much relying on a player to make a hero play. And I don't like how they're playing this CT side past the opening couple of rounds, and I feel like they really need to change that going into the next gun round if they want to put up a fight against a team like Endpoint, who so far are looking like they're on a pretty good hot streak.
They are, and here on SKADE's map as well, right? They have a very good chance to go clear by 2 rounds. Of course, SKADE with maximum round loss bonus behind them have been able to invest a little bit more into this round than what you would normally see in an eco round. Got Kevlar and a few players and some upgraded pistols as well. So maybe look for some exit frags here. But winning the round, not really much of a chance of that happening. So yeah, as I say, just going to look for some exit kills. See if they can maybe grab an AK or two, and at least just do a bit of economic damage here to Endpoint as well, because their money...
I'm actually really surprised to see that Endpoint, or rather Endpoint, I'm sorry, that SKADE aren't going for the hunt there on the pistols, right? I mean, even though they do go for some exits and recover an AK, they're going into the next gun round with full weaponry, right? So I don't know why they don't just try to, brute force their way in, maybe get some more kills and get some more guns going into the next.
Like I said, I think they were more hopeful on trying to find some exit frags, but that doesn't even really materialize. And as you say, doesn't actually help them out that much saving the Kevlar and upgraded pistols. I think Endpoint they're content with that, right? Because they don't have any reason to chase those CTs in that situation. So they're happy to just keep 4 players alive, essentially. Anyway, 6-4, big gun round here. SKADE to try and put a stop to this momentum that Endpoint have found so far. Certainly has been one-way traffic.
Yeah, maybe SKADE can finally create a roadblock for them, because Endpoint so far it has just been easy street. And look at this. Again, it just kind of shows SKADE. They're starting to show so much respect to Endpoint. Usually, to start off this game, they were making super aggressive plays. But speaking of aggression, Thomas aggressive through a Molotov to trade out his teammate.
Yeah.
Ships sitting idly with his pants down. And now, again, as I was saying, it's like at the beginning of this game, we were seeing SKADE go up middle, take contact through cat, try to fight for all these hotly contested angles and rather contested places to make sure Endpoint didn't feel comfortable. Now, it's literally the flip side of things. Maybe those opening duels, though, will give him a little more confidence to do some aggressive things like they are now. Oxygen, alongside his teammate Duplicate, who did come up with him, gets his teammate into pit, tucking him in, 1-for-1 trade, will help out SKADE here. Because if they find this one kill, they get the info that there's definitely more here, but, well, might be able to get more if they're giving them 1v1s like that. Surreal and Crucial don't even let it be a thought in the back of their minds, and now it's up to Mezzy in the 1v4. He'll at least bring one back at the op of Denny's Law. No, not but. It's still 1v2, but yeah, okay, there's the butt. Duplicate catches him with his knife out, and while he gets 2 kills back, SKADE will finally get back to winning ways and pick up a 5th.
Yeah, but unfortunate there. Mezzy never anticipated a 3rd player to be coming through from long at that point, so he was just going to be hightailing it for the bomb site, ends up being caught out by that extra man, and we can see the updated Pinnacle betting odds here. Pretty much what they were when the series started, actually. So, not too much fluctuation now that SKADE have won a round back. Still, more than enough cash for Endpoint to invest again, and even after this round as well, even if they lose here. But as you say, SKADE were just able to lock down the defense towards mid in the previous round. They found the kills and they went untraded. This time, though, it's Surreal who finds the opening on Ships, who's getting aggressive, and this can be a hallmark of Ships' game. Even on the CT side, he likes to make these plays, even sometimes when they're not necessarily required. Now he's been punished. Denny's Law has to try and salvage the situation, so he's forced to make a play. Now the play is coming through towards the B bomb site. Rainwaker actually able to go undetected for the time being. He'll add a second to his tally as well. Surely he gets taken down here by Mezzy, but the fact that he's been able to find 2 is already remarkable. Mezzy's lost his teammate in the process, and he'll lose his life to Denny's Law as well.
I can't defend that from SKADE. I know they win the round, and I know they do it with 3 players, but it's kind of rinse and repeat what I was saying earlier. They started off that round making me smile, right? They finally put up a good fight for long. 3 of them push up to make sure and ensure themselves they will have map control, and that's what they did. They took it. They locked Endpoint out of that place on the map, right? Then they go back. They luckily are able to get up catwalk and get full control of that angle, and Ships goes straight in the middle, gives up the opening duel, and leaves that B bomb site super weakened. They're honestly super lucky that Endpoint don't just take that kill and start sprinting to B. And
That's true.
They win that round because Rainwalker makes another massive individual play to save SKADE from the point that they were in.
He has had some big performances here so far in the early stages of the series. There's quite an aggressive hold here from SKADE towards long. Both Denny's on duplicate holding these forward angles right now. They're both going to find a kill each so far. Finally, a frag comes back. Oh, it's a flurry of them. Not just the one. Crucial with two. Surreal gets one as well. They've got full control of the A bomb site because Surreal's come up through from short. And that frag that he found was so damn important. Shipso trying to get ahead of the game here. Rotating through the Molotov, trying to catch Endpoint off guard, but he won't be able to. Endpoints are dialed in right now. And SKADE, well, they're about to go down 7-6, and they don't have any cash in the bank. I mean, maybe we'll consider going for the force buy here, because they've got, what, $2,900 coming into the bank this round? So something they'll probably have just enough to afford a gun round. You know, Rainwaker can drop an M4, but...
yeah, they can, I think.
But still, I mean, Endpoint showing resilience here. It's not like they just, now that the momentum's been broken, they're bust. They still have what it takes to get back to winning ways.
Yeah, and I'm glad Endpoint the Endpoint really punished SKADE there, right? So the Endpoint, oh my, okay, that is the third time I said Endpoint, but what they do is they take 4, they go straight out long because that was the only angle that in the past couple of rounds SKADE started to contest for. They started to change up how they played it and make sure they took the fight to Endpoint. But with that spawn, all 4 of them went bursting out, and when they won those duels, SKADE are left questioning what to do, right? Because if they can't get that map control, I mean, they're kind of locked out of the A bomb site. The crossfire, initially, it was really good from SKADE, right? One man towards the long wall, one man towards car. They both played it to perfection, get a kill apiece. Then as soon as they get picked apart, it's like, what do they get back for that, you know?
Yeah, it's true. I mean, generally those situations can be favorable, but it didn't work out. 7-6. AWP in the hands for Crucial, and an AWP for Denny's Law as well. And it's going to be Mighty Max who opens up. I mean, and it's also been quite consistent with whoever's been finding these opening picks has been winning the rounds. Maybe we can have a look at that statistic if I'm not being too cheeky. Could be a trade here for Ships. That HE grenade actually goes quite deep considering that Surreal pushes through the mid door, so doesn't do the damage he would have hoped for. And the B split is absolutely on the cards right here for Endpoint, but they're just sort of passively posturing themselves across the map right now, patiently waiting to punish any aggression that could be coming through from SKADE.
I love what SKADE are about to do here, too. They molly out. They finally take control of tunnels. And 1-for-1 is really going to favor Endpoint here because now they can just sprint towards the B bomb site. They know Rainwaker's all by his lonesome in the middle of the site itself. Again, they're relying on Rainwaker to make a hero play, and it's not going to happen 3 times out of 3. SKADE, they're finally locked out. And Endpoint have gotten an 8th. They're going to win the half no matter what. Though, I did say earlier, this still could kind of be chalked up as a good half from SKADE. 6 on your defense. Go on your... I mean, look, with the way SKADE are looking on their defense, something tells me, something really rubs me off that they're going to get some... They're going to do some crazy stuff on the offense here on Dust 2.
I mean, that's true. I do expect a better performance out of them on the T side than I do on the CT side, but still, I don't think 6 rounds could be considered a good half coming through from SKADE, especially considering that this is their map pick. It's not like the CT side of Dust 2 is a half where you'll really struggle to be successful. Like, we'll often even see teams favoring the CT side. Like I said, I agree with you in this case. T side's probably where we'll see both of these teams finding majority of their rounds. Duplicate. Well, he's not going to have to find another gun in the next round. Oxygen, oh no, that's disastrous. He misses the shot, which means he won't be able to keep the AWP alive. Denny's Law, his head is in his hands, because that means no AWP for him here in this last gun round. And Endpoint with a fantastic opportunity to make this a 9-6 halftime scoreline, and that would just be such a good position to find themselves in here on SKADE's map pick. They've convinced me so far, man. Like I said, I like that word. They're looking dialed in. Because they're just looking ready for this game right now. And they're looking hot. And not just their profile pictures either.
Yeah, now something tells me Endpoint might be able to take this one. I mean, it all kind of depends how they start off on their CT side. Again, for most of this game, they have looked like their spacing is a lot better than SKADE's, quite frankly. So if they can keep that up on their defense and not really rely on those aggressive plays, rely on getting those openers, then I feel like we'll see Endpoint sweep it. But... still a lot of game to go. However, still not a lot to go in this round because 3 kills are already found by the side of Endpoint. Making their way up Catwalk and Duplicate and Rainwalker. Well, what do they do about it? I don't think there's anything they can because now dispatching of their last Molotov leaves them with nothing but a flashbang, a deagle, and a FAMAS.
I mean, Endpoints are just having their way with SKADE here, man. The score was 4-1 in favor of SKADE at one point. Which means that Endpoints have won what's about to be 8 of the past 10 rounds here. Ever since there's been gun rounds to play with, the Brits have just been dominating this matchup so far. And like I said, they're just having their way with SKADE. They're taking fights wherever they want right now. They're finding a lot of opening duels here as well. Rainwaker and Duplicate won't be able to find anything in the retake. It is indeed a 9-6 halftime scoreline. 3-round lead here for Endpoint to take into their CT side, and it would be... I mean, imagine they win the pistol round here, Ant.
Yeah, if they do, I mean, I feel like this game might start to close out. Right, again, there'll still be a lot past that, especially considering I'm pretty sure we'd see SKADE force up if they lose the pistol here. But I don't know, man. Something about Endpoint just tells me they might dominate on this CT half. There's just something giving me that indication. It's a gut feeling. I don't normally have those.
Okay, well, let's see how accurate that is. Your 2-1 double pony was right on the money yesterday.
Okay.
SKADE looking to turn up the pace here, bursting their way in towards the B bomb side very aggressively. In fact, it's going to be a molly smoke combination. There are 2 players here for Endpoint. A third rotating in position as well. Who's going to find the frags? Right now, it's a sea of blue in the kill feed. Crucial adds another to his tally as well. Shub's desperately trying to tap back, but he'll fall to Mezzy. It's a disaster. It's only Duplicate left remaining. And all 5 players with full HP on the side here of Endpoint. Thomas will lose 10 points of health, but that's all it'll cost Endpoint to win the round. Okay.
Tells me all I need to know.
Good start to the half.
Tells me all I need to know. Endpoint, look at how calm they played that, right? You can even see in situations like that, you'll see players like moving their crosshair like, okay, where are they going to come from? Where are they going to come from? No. Endpoint, they know exactly what they're doing. They have a man tucked in the car, man tucked in towards the backside, and they're just waiting. Because Mighty Max, he had a flashbang. It was so perfect. They played that so well of the side of Endpoint. And you know, to my surprise, SKADE, they aren't going to force up. They're just going to go with a full Glock buy. And you know, they'll give them 11, but they want to get the rifle rounds kicking early. No real surprise, I guess, to say. But man, Endpoint, that is one hell of a start.
It absolutely is. So are you a fan of the save here for SKADE?
Yeah, I kind of like it.
Yeah, because I mean, they get the full gun round in the next, right? And it kind of felt like this was the normal thing to do a few months ago, but then teams just went back to the traditional force up in the second round, regardless if you get the plant or not. I like the fact that because SKADE don't get the plant, they just commit to the full savior, literally Glocks across the board, and it's going to rush their way through. You know, it's going to be up short or through mid. Either way, they're just going to try and Glock train their way forward onto a bomb site. Maybe trade a few kills, see if they can find a plant, but really shouldn't be able to accomplish too much with the set of weaponry. It's going to be all about that gun round coming up in the next. Run boost into the site. Crucial. What you got? Surreal actually robbed him of the first and the second. Crucial. Not actually going to be able to get anything. The Glocks find 2 kills. There's a bomb plant on you. Oh no, that's disastrous. The bomb's been dropped. Oh, it's a clown fiesta as they try and get the bomb back onto the site, but you can't really fault SKADE there. Just the nature of physics ends up costing them.
Yeah, you know, I was going to say, I don't know why they're run boosting the bomb first. Like, that was a very questionable play from SKADE, and they can honestly probably get a bomb plan off of that if they don't do that. But now still, looks like we're going to see the same outcome regardless. A full buy coming into the mix. Tons of util as well, so it's not really like they're sparing any expenses here. Sure, a lot of them are missing Molotovs and HEs, but I feel like Flash is the biggest thing you need on a map like Dust 2.
There we go.
7 of 9 times. Wow. It's nuts. Okay.
Means they've also been able to win 4 rounds that they haven't had the opening pick, by the way. So, I mean, they're doing a very good job. Good job being done here by SKADE as well. They're reading the situation. Duplicate's been able to find a kill. Finally, Endpoint realized what's going on here because SKADE, they've taken full control of the A bomb site. They're taking some liberties here. Oh, man. That HE grenade does a huge amount of damage. 99 damage, to be precise, there across 2 players. And it's going to be a 3 versus 4 retake. So, money on SKADE to win this round.
I'm actually really surprised to see them go for this. How's it going to fan out? Surreal. Looks like he's trying to find the frag on a Denny Slaw, but they're all playing so passive and so tucked in, but not Oxygen. He's getting ready up close and personal to find a kill, trade it out, and it's a 4v4. Nade goes towards Gandalf, and it hits a home run alongside that. Amali's going to come in too. Ships, he's out of the equation. He'll be traded out. It's 1v1. It's up to Rainwaker, and the smoke comes out of the bomb. Crucial. He's just got to stick it, tapping away in the wrong angle. There's no way.
No.
Endpoint. They don't get it in SKADE through the smoke. Find the kill.
I can't believe how ridiculously close that was. I thought that Crucial was actually just going to complete the defuse in the smoke. Rainwaker, though, just gets his crosshair placement on point in time to find the frag. The all-important frag. He doesn't survive the bomb explosion, so there's still going to be 0 cash in the bank here for SKADE once they buy up their weaponry once again. And heck, it's not even like they've got a phenomenal force buy to work with. Not that Endpoints have a great set of weaponry either. I mean, if you just tuned into the stream right now and you saw this round with these weapons, you'd be kind of confused. Like, how did neither team actually have a buy round right now?
What a shot. You know, I don't know if I expect too much from Endpoint here. Maybe if Mezzy can hit a 1D go.
Oh my god,
Nice.
that is just disgusting. On the narrowest of angles, are you kidding me? That's filthy, Mezzy, and you're gonna hold it again? No ways he does it again. Okay. Thank God. I don't know if I could have taken that tag up onto Rainwaker, but SKADE will clean up.
I'm the one that's like blistered up on caffeine right now, and it sounds like you're the one that's about to have a heart attack.
Listen, Ant, I've actually taken your approach up before this game. I was drinking an energy drink, so
okay.
I'm pumping right now, man. I feel like I got jet fuel in my veins.
Feel like a new man, huh?
I mean, coffee just doesn't give you this kind of edge, man.
Just wait until I see Hayes walk up to me at a LAN, just like scratches his arm, like, "Hey,
you
drinks?
You got any more of those energy drinks, bro? Twitching and all."
I'll make sure I bring you one.
Oh god. Yeah. Easily identifiable. 11-8 though, and it's going to be an eco round for endpoints in the next, Ant, which means it should almost definitely be 11-9. And at that point, it kind of feels like we're back to even playing field, right? Because SKADE will have momentum, they'll have money, and they'll be feeling pretty good about the position they find themselves in comparison to what they were a few rounds ago. So, yeah, this game's back online.
I still want to see SKADE pick up one more rifle round before I'm completely convinced about it. If it gets to that point where it's 11-9, right, Endpoint, they've only got that 2-round lead going into the rifle, and SKADE convert it to get their 10th, then I'll be on board. I'll be on that train to say SKADE pick up the map. But I still, something just tells me Endpoint has still got this one in the bag. I don't even think they've been able to bring up the AWP yet, right? If I'm correct.
So crucial. I feel like he.
Oh my lord. They just threw 3 nades and 3 flashes into B or something like that. Dude, I looked at the map and saw nothing but Util flying in. Uh-oh. Wait, hold on. What is going on? It's 2v2. The bomb is dropped in lower tunnels. Surreal, he might be able to grab a weapon. I think coming in on that USP would be absolutely fatal, but the scout, it's essentially, I believe, turned into an AWP. They've been able to find the kill on Catwalk, so the shenanigans will, well, they'll calm down, but I guess they're not necessarily over just yet. Surreal, he's still kicking and screaming. And if he can find one more of these kills, I mean, that's just a benefit, right? They've already found more than they should have ever been allowed on those USPs. And the thing is, right? Chips. Oh, he's reloading, going in. And you know what? He doesn't find the round, but they find 4 kills. They save 1 AK. That is beautiful from Endpoint. They come into that round with nothing more than 2 deagles, and they walk out almost victors.
Exactly. They find 4 frags. That's just mission successful for Endpoint, man. Heading into that next, into this next gun round, it's actually provided Endpoint with a phenomenal opportunity, right? Because if Endpoint can win this gun round, there's no cash in the bank for the T side. That's
true. Endpoint, this is beautiful. So much on the line right now. Can they do it? Denislaw's picked up the AWP. And it's just basic tunnels, util for the most part, right? Smoking it out, making sure they can get themselves a little bit of safe haven, but oxygen with a quick support smoke, or not a support smoke, I'm sorry, but a setup smoke. And he's just going to try and bait out some presence, which he's kind of done very well, right? He's keeping 3 players all kind of strung thin on this A bomb site for the side of Endpoint, because right now, Thomas, he's pretty solo over towards long. If they hit a nice shot and take care of him, then Endpoint, they're put in a really tricky situation. But Mezzy, once again, this is the same angle he has held the last round and, well, the last few, actually. Bring out some insane shots off. Can he do it once more is the question, because he might be tested. They've backed off the Catwalk, and it doesn't look like they're taking long control. Uh-oh, they're re-aggressing Cat. This is going to be an all-out battleground here shortly. In comes a flashbang, and in come no kills for the side of SKADE. Perfect anti-flash for the side of Surreal. Oh, and now they're going to test the waters. Wow. Be Mezzy! Jiggled 2 taps on the FAMAS. See you later, buddy. They're going to continue to test this B bomb site. The bomb's now been recovered, and it's going to make its way out of the tunnels here shortly. Mezzy, he's encompassed by the fire and the flames, but he's got teammates behind him, and now it's all of a sudden 1v2. Closer than I thought for Rainwaker. Tries to throw a door smoke. Is that hit? It has. I don't think he's ready for Mighty Max to be pushed up on car. They found 2 kills on the B bomb site, but there was still more, well, laying in wait, because Endpoint are going to be able to find 12, recover an AWP, and send SKADE to an eco.
Yeah, really nice defense coming through from Endpoint on that B bomb site. Mezzy doing a good job, as you say. And then Mighty Max was essentially just the insurance, sitting there very patiently waiting. Didn't overplay his hand or overexpose himself. Didn't get flustered or felt like he had to force the issue. He knew that they never would have expected him there in that corner, so he'll get the kill every day of the week. And it's a 12-9 scoreline, and SKADE, well, they forced up here, and as I said, because of all that damage dealt in the eco round 2 rounds ago, SKADE had no cash coming into this round, so it's an AWP, a Galil, and then some upgraded pistols.
Oh, look at this from Thomas.
And Endpoint don't have any money either. So this is just such a big round, economically speaking. If Endpoint win this 13-9 and Ego 14-9, they're basically on the home stretch to close out this map. So, and Thomas in such a good position, going to be spotting out the gun barrel, sees the shadow as well, but Duplicate will at least be able to secure the 1-for-1 trade. Yeah, really important that Thomas doesn't just tear them limb from limb there. And now Endpoint could get caught in a bit of an awkward position right now. Crucial, missing a few shots. He's got his back against the wall. Oh, he takes down the rampaging Duplicate. Really important shot for him to land. Got a flashbang here as well to try and get himself the angle himself. And Denny's Law, it's going to actually be the Dutchman who comes out on top. And now it's on Oxygen and Rainwaker. But Oxygen, has he found the timing here, making his way through from Sean? Crucial Spidey senses tingle. And now it's all on Rainwaker.
Crucial has been an absolute saint in this round for Endpoint. That was way closer than it should have been. It through the smoke, man. He hears the tag coming in from the MP9s of his teammate, and they're still easily able to close that one out. 1-for-1 happens in long, and I was starting to get scared. They've got a Galil, they've got an AWP, now picking up the MP9, and they're taking up long, but SKADE, after that, it's just completely radio silent. Endpoint, they shut it down past that, and Crucial, he plays that so well. Tucks in the car, makes them come to him, hits the first shot, then baits them away with utility. I love how he played that, man, and I am so excited to see more from him, especially considering he still got the AWP. Oh, but that whiff allows one man to get away with his life. However, it is a save, so I don't know if it would have mattered all that much. Surreal opens things up on long with the Galil.
Endpoint have to make this round as clean as they possibly can. They've got a little bit of extra cash on all 5 players right now, but not enough to say that it's a buffer that they'll be able to comfortably buy up if they lose a round. So,
yeah,
Endpoint need to make this round nice and clean. And, well, I mean, they haven't been super clean in their past few anti-eco rounds. Like, SKADE have generally done a pretty good job at least of at least finding 2 kills. But this time round, looks like Endpoint will be able to keep majority of the squad alive. Mighty Max going to finish off the round as he sprays down Rainwaker through the door. 14-9, Endpoint go up with the 5-round lead here on SKADE's map pick nonetheless. And we're going to be heading to Overpass next, which is certainly not a map that we can discount SKADE on, but it is Endpoint's pick. And considering the form that we've seen out of them so far here in the series, I mean, there's a chance for them to close this out 2-0, man.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I told you, man, I needed to see more from SKADE before I was completely convinced, and more is most certainly not what we've seen. The only person we've seen more from is Endpoint, and well, person and more specific is probably Thomas, because he is currently 23 kills and 15 deaths.
Wow.
Top of the server, absolutely annihilating this offensive SKADE. When they finally got a rifle back out onto the board, Crucial pushed up towards Catwalk. Maybe he finds the opening duel, but wow, they're contacting all the way up in the middle. Endpoint, this might catch them by surprise. It looks like Mighty Max is jiggling for this exact play. Flash will come in, good timing, but he's blinded himself. And Duplicate's gonna potentially find a free kill through the boxes, trying so desperately to spam him down, but he's able to get away with his life somehow, some way, and he's still able to drop a Molotov.
No
He's
way.
He forced him out of middle, and he's sitting in the only angle where he probably can't stay alive.
What did I just witness? How is Mighty Max still alive? SKADE still a good opportunity here to get in towards the B-bomb side. It's Mezzy on the angle, but he doesn't have any support anywhere near him right now. And Rainwaker will find that opening pick. Great accuracy coming through from him as he gets up on top of the box. And Surreal, well, he's going to try to respond here, but he knows that if he swings out of window, he's going to be a dead man, because with that door smoke up, there's going to be a number of players watching that angle. And in fact, it looks like Endpoints are going to be calling it here in the round, taking these weapons into the next. And I mean, in the end, all those shenanigans towards CT actually work out for SKADE, because it keeps Endpoints at bay, right? They can't rotate, they can't help Mezzy, even though Mezzy would have been frantically calling for support. They just couldn't get through to him.
I feel like Endpoint haven't necessarily done too many aggressive things towards Catwalk, and I don't know if I'm that big of a fan of that, right? Because Endpoint, they have pushed up long, right? They've showed some long presence, they've shown some mid presence, right? They've stuck around towards the mid doors for a very long time. The one place they haven't really pressured for SKADE is, well, they did go into tunnels, I believe, once, but or maybe not. But like, if they go up Catwalk, they shut down that round, because SKADE, it's almost like they're confident nobody's going to be on Cat, or at least pushing up Cat for the side of Endpoint, because they haven't done it. Doesn't seem like they're going to do it. And again, I just said it, but if they do push up Catwalk that round, right, coming out of middle, Mighty Max is sitting there buying so much time for his team to come in. All it takes is maybe 2 flashbangs, and Endpoint completely disperse of that mid to B crunch.
In the end, worked out nicely for SKADE, didn't it? going to be enough money here for Endpoint to invest again. Off in the hands of Crucial. They've got all their rifles as well, but long control successfully taken here by Ships, and it doesn't look like he's going to be slowing down either. Coming around the corner looking for the fight.
What?
Oh my god! He hits the spray on the drive-by. It's a flurry of frags, and it's a sea of red in the kill feed. Duplicate and Oxygen have added kills to their tally as well. Crucial with his tail tucked between his legs, just trying to get himself back to the safety in CT. But finally, he'll actually be able to shut down the terrorizing Ships. And yeah, I mean, Endpoint, they're just going to try and save these guns, man, but I don't even know if that's going to be a possibility.
Oh, wow.
Benny's Law, he tears Mezzi's head clean off. Where's this SKADE been today?
They want to take that AWP out of Crucial's hands, but he just will not let them. That is his third kill. Relentless he is in keeping this one-shot wonder weapon under his belt. But he's still got a little more tests to come his way because Duplicate's all the way up and towards the tunnels. I don't know if he's going to be ready for this one. It looks like he is now scoped in, posted up on the AWP, but he's kind of frantically doing so. You know what I mean? Walking in, I don't know if he's necessarily favored in this angle, but spots out the arm, just barely, still trying to get away and escape. But there is absolutely no safe haven for him, it seems. Or maybe there is. If they're not hunting him down from middle. Main Waker, he doesn't go through CT. He goes all the way around through long. And, well, that's really what's going to let him save his AWP. If he just drops down, starts coming in through CT, he might actually be able to come in and take that off out of Crucial's hands. And now, because he saves it, they're going to rebuy. He drops an M4, gets full utility. And Endpoint, that's enough. That's all they need to tell themselves, you know what? Let's keep pestering them. Up 14-11. SKADE, a win here. That'll close this gap to 1.
Yeah, exactly that. 100%. And this is the big round for SKADE right now. Because they've been winning rounds to keep them in the hunt, but if they win this round, all of a sudden they'll basically take away that massive lead that Endpoint have got, or that substantial lead, and they're going to try and get the job done towards the B-bomb side. Mezzi drops a flash to try and help himself out, taking these fights right now, but he just has no cover to work with. He doesn't have any life either. Again, SKADE, they've just thrown caution to the wind. They've turned up the pace here in these rounds, and they're catching Endpoint off guard with these early fights. It feels like these past 3 or 4 rounds have been won in the first 20 seconds for SKADE.
And, you know, I'm starting to see a completely different Endpoint right now. I mean, if you rewind, right? Mentally rewind. Everybody in chat, Hayes, producers, whatever. Mentally rewind to that first round where they're on that pistol, and I'm saying how calm, how collected they look. They're not shaking whatsoever. They're ready for anything to come at them. In that round alone, I'm looking at Mezzi. He's panicking on that B-bomb site. The reinforcements are almost nowhere to be found. He's looking left, he's looking right, he's shaking up. He has no idea where they're going to come from. That's exactly, actually almost word for word what I said they weren't doing on the pistol. Now they're doing now. Endpoint, you can really start to see the effect that this has taken on them because SKADE, they've been dictating the pace past that 14-9 scoreline, and it's starting to get a little worrisome because in the past couple of rounds, Endpoint, they've been on the brink of an eco round. This needs to be technically, you know, air quotes, a safe from them. I say technically because, you know, it doesn't look like it. You have 3 rifles, only 2 men on pistols, but this is where you need to start building up that bank because you can't just let SKADE bring it all the way back. You can't keep forcing and hoping eventually it works. You need to take a save and give yourself a better opportunity for the later rounds of this game. And now they're favored to maybe get a 13th. They're going to fight for long. How will Crucial's ops stand up to it?
Finally, it is going to be an eco for Endpoint. So as you mentioned at the beginning of the previous round, if SKADE were able to win it, they probably secure themselves 14-13. And that's looking realistic, unless Endpoint can do something with these weapons they saved from the previous round. Crucial with his AWP is already making his way aggressively up middle, and Surreal's found Rainmaker as well. But finally, Endpoint's able to find the opening pick in the round, and Crucial's found Denny's Laura in the backline. It's a disaster. SKADE, they forced to try and turn up the pace here and get themselves on towards the safe bomb site. But Thomas, is he just going to swing straight out? He does. Oh man, Tommy, I'm not sure if that was entirely necessary, but it might not be costing the team the round. Crucial continues to have an impact. Finally, he's been taken down. And now it's a one-man advantage for Endpoint on the retake.
Oh, Oxygen doesn't commit to the bomb plant there. I don't like that for SKADE. If he commits to that bomb plant, sure, he gets tagged up a little bit in the Molotov, but now the timer's going to tick against them. And Endpoint, they can just park it. They can wait for him to make his move. Because look at how much time they have to work with. It's not in his favor, and he's got isolated 1v1s, which he's been able to at least do one, but Mighty Max holding the wrong angle is all he's going to be able to get. Mezzi in the back lines picks up a 15th, and Endpoint, the one round I said they shouldn't be winning, is the round they win. Now at match point to take the map pick of SKADE.
Man, it's a really big deal. It's a really big deal that Endpoint win that round because SKADE were keeping themselves in the hunt, but they were actually about to almost bring it back to a level playing field. But if they lose that anti-eco, I mean, it's tough to call it a full anti-eco because, as we mentioned, there were a number of weapons that were saved, you know, by the Endpoint team. Yes, that's Ross R.
Okay.
There were a number of weapons that were saved for the Endpoint side. So even though they were ecoing, they still had a lot to work with, right? As we just shuffle through these player cams. But the point in case is that was SKADE's round to win. They should have strung it together and, found their 4th consecutive. And then they would have been in a really good position here on the map. But they can't get across the line. Endpoints have now converted an opening pick into a round win on 84% of the occasion so far here on Dust 2.
You know what that means? You know what that stat means, Hayes?
What does it mean, Ant?
Since the last time, right? So they have won. I'm sorry. Okay, hold on. They have not since we last
hold your
spotted.
point, because SKADE, they're going to be charging towards the speed bomb side. Maybe he finds the opening pick, and we know what that means with the statistics. SKADE find the trade, and crucial when it's in close proximity, it's going to be Mighty Max, though, to go one further, but again, the trade ends up coming through from SKADE. Really important trades, just to ensure that Endpoint can't spiral or control. And it looks like Endpoint want to continue to force the issue here. The bomb plant hasn't even come through yet. Finally, the digits will be punched in here. Lots of damage being traded back and forth.
Oh, they're just calling the save.
Question is it on? Do they go through tunnels? It looks like they're just going to try and have 2 players coming through tunnels. Denny's holding this right now. Watching the angle. They're going to be coming across. Can't actually make his way back into the site. Thomas still lies in wait, but unfortunately he's lost his teammates, and with that, any chance of winning the round.
So, since the last time we saw that graphic, right, that's actually going to change now, because Mezzi did find the opener. Since the last time we had seen that graphic, right, we had seen when it was 7-9.
Yes.
That was 11-13. So there were 4 rounds where they'd gotten the opening kill and they didn't lose. Past that, they until this round, right? Because I had to say something. They were perfect at getting rounds after opening picks after that.
Yeah, they absolutely have been, but this round they weren't exactly. They dropped the ball. Have a look at the series prediction tracker and how it's been fluctuating throughout the series. It's like we see a mountain range here.
Look
oh
at that
my
fluctuation
god!
Too. Still, it's about to go down to like 80 for Endpoint. That's actually going to drop by like 12%.
Yeah, it's going to be an eco round here for Endpoint. So let's see how this is going to be playing out. SKADE, they've been leaning towards the speed bomb side throughout the entire half. And it feels like Endpoint have that mentality of, okay, they're not going to do it again. So this time we have to stack up towards A.
Good dink.
Yeah, at least a bit of damage dealt. Crucial, finds a bit of damage as well. SKADE, we saw them lose an anti-eco, albeit with a few rifles saved from the previous round. Already in this half, Thomas has found the opening with the spray through the smoke. Mighty Max will find the low HP duplicate. This is looking dicey once again. Mighty Max, or rather Mezzi, at least he won't be able to find a kill back here. SKADE, okay, restoring some calm to the situation. Crucial's been forced back with his Desert Eagle, but he's still able to connect onto a very nice shot there on Rainmaker, and he knows that Ships is on the angle as well. Oh no, it's not Ships, excuse me, it's actually Denny's though, he's on the angle. Ships has been taken down by Thomas, who finds his 2nd in the round and brings it into the 1 versus 1.
This is honestly such a good situation for Endpoint and Denny's Law. Oh my god, he's going to get a false sense of security walk in.
No!
He's going to win the map on that, on an eco. That's how they do it. Endpoint, they upset SKADE on Dust 2 in the very, very end around. They had no business being anywhere near. It's just the 1M4 USPs and sheer hope that carries them to a map win.
Oh man, ridiculous. We're taking a 10-minute break. I'm sure you guys need it. We need it. The players will probably need it as well. 16-13, map 1 goes to Endpoint. We'll see you guys for Overpass.
Unmute.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Pinnacle Cup matchup here between Endpoint and SKADE. We're in the middle of the Swiss stage, and both of these teams have a 2-0 record, which means whoever wins this match will be booking themselves a spot in the playoffs. And more importantly, well, if Endpoint win this map, they'll do exactly that. coming off the back of Dust 2. They won 16-13. It was SKADE's map pick, so now we shift into Endpoint's map pick. And are we on the cards for a 2-0 here, or is SKADE going to be fighting back and taking us to a decider?
I think we're going to see Endpoint 2 after how that game ended and how they played a lot of those rounds. I feel like they've just got the upper hand here on a home pick like Overpass. But as you said, this is one of the most played from SKADE, so maybe they've got something up their belts here for the B-side defense. And being up their belts, there's 4 men here to defend. So far, though, it only goes 1 for 1. Flashes are good. They're still stuck in towards short. They haven't been able to burst their way out onto the bomb site just yet. Damage being taken, and Mighty Max alongside that Dink is going to take 2 names with him. 2 players down, and well, they finally find a trade, and now it's 1v3. In the blink of an eye, you'll see it traded back and forth, and now it's up to Dennis Law, who can pick up the headshot on a Mezzy. So, Crucial and Thomas, only one of the, or actually, no, okay, I missaw that, but they've let him out so far. Oh, Thomas isn't going to be ready for this, but he's still got the movement, and he's going to be able to flick for the headshot. So maybe a little closer than I thought. Endpoint, I feel like they should have just barreled through that one, but still, they pick it up nonetheless. 2 men up, secures that pistol, and now we're going to see the forest buy from Endpoint. I wonder if we're going to see it from SKADE too. Looks like we are.
No surprise there. I mean, that's generally the meta at the moment, to force up on the CT side if you lose the pistol round. But I love that pistol round coming through from Endpoint because they just commit. No one hesitates. No one second guesses. They just throw everything they have at the situation. The trades are absolutely beautiful from Endpoint as well. Mighty Max, he just bursts his way forward. And, yeah, Endpoint, they pick up where they left off on Dust 2. Let's see what SKADE can do with this Force Buy. There's a scout for Rainmaker to work with. Outside of that, it's Desert Eagles across the board.
Yeah.
And they're going to have to win their individual gunfights here.
As you said, we saw a lot of ecos on Dust 2, but that was from the side of Endpoint. I don't think we saw a single one from SKADE. Maybe they can change that around just now. Never mind. Mighty Max, he's already opened things up pretty well. Ships trying to phase through this smoke, but it looks like Crucial's doing the exact same thing behind it, but already pushed up. We'll get the, the opener. Not the opener, but he'll catch ships off guard. I don't know. What's the word I'm looking for, Hayes?
The frag?
No.
You mean ships like playing through the smoke like that?
Yeah, no, you know what? Just ignore me, man. Just keep me going. 2v5, yeah.
I mean, SKADE haven't been able to find a single kill in this Force Buy so far, which is a bit of a disaster. And it's not like they're going to stand much of a chance here either. I think Rainmaker and Duplicate could probably just take these weapons into the next round.
To save anyway,
Endpoint's on the T side. I mean, and I might even argue that, you know, they're happy to start on the T side because they come off the back of Dust 2 where they win 16-13, and now they can carry that momentum into Overpass because they continue to their court. They're dictating the terms on which this half is played at right now. So, you know what? I think that Endpoint just feel like they can transition from strength to strength because now they're on the T side here. And they still have control of the game. And, yeah, I mean, they're just looking really well-oiled, aren't they?
Yeah, so far, Endpoint, the trades are almost on point, right? The strats, they're there. And I really like this. Again, it's kind of what we saw in Dust 2 from the side of Endpoint. Very good team play, coordination, the spacing, it's all there. They're playing together as a team and not really relying on individual plays to carry them through rounds. That's what we saw a lot of from SKADE. And, well, I guess it happened a lot for them, I'll say that. Sure, they got some rounds off of team play, like when they would push up long, be able to force Endpoint out of that angle. But, I mean, we didn't really see anything together, anything really coordinated. And, well, SKADE, coming into a map like Overpass, I feel like that's something you really need on your CT side. Again,
absolutely.
We won't really get to test that out till a rifle round, but who knows?
Yeah, coordination is of utmost importance, as you say, Ant. I couldn't agree with you more. I wonder, I mean... Okay, so obviously Flames was a part of this roster initially, and then they brought Mezzy in to replace him. Robin was also a part of the team, and they added... Was it Thomas back in his place?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, actually, I think it was Thomas that they added back in Robin's place, and then Mezzy replaced Flames, essentially. The changes kind of happened at the same time. And I guess Endpoint thought, well, if we're going to be, you know, losing Flames, and we're going to be making changes, we might as well... You know, make all the changes we want to make at once instead of making one change and then 3 months later making another change and pretty much being back at square one. So they bring Thomas and Mezzy into the team here, and they pretty much have a full British team now, right? Just besides Crucial. But he's probably British at this point anyway, considering how long he's been playing with these guys for. Point in case, though, is that I think this Endpoint team is actually better than the Endpoint team that had Flames and Robin. No, oh my god, wow. Duplicate, what on earth are you doing right now? He's just single-handedly rampaged forward and just hit 2 ridiculous 1-deags. SKADE had nothing going for them in the round, so I thought this was a good opportunity to try and talk Endpoint up, and it might still be. Frags still continue to go down across the map right now. And Endpoint, well, they're going to force the issue in towards the safe bomb site. Rainwaker's here right now, and he's actually giving the information away, but he connects on his shot onto Crucial.
Bomb site's under siege for the side of Endpoint, but in that man disadvantage, they're also down 28 HP onto the back of Crucial. In comes the flank, the AK tapping away in Mezzy. He's going to bite the dust, and so will Crucial, the eco round. It'll be won by the side of SKADE. Very well played. There's some of the team play that was missing on Dust 2 to get themselves a good start on their defense. Maybe more to come. They've been able to get that AK, as we said. Now going into it with a Galil. Rainwaker looks like he'll probably still have to force up. But, I mean, they honestly could treat the next round. No, he gets the Galil, but they could treat this next round as a bonus. So that's
Look at that. Sorry.
a bonus.
It just looks ridiculous. Look at it. Oxygen looks like one of those guys at the club who's on way too many substances and really needs a bottle of water. But the music just carries on providing the energy he needs. Go for it.
I think Oxygen right there looked like you when you had your energy drink before the broadcast today.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I was basically bunny hopping from my room to the kitchen once I'd had that energy drink.
He did, I will say. Usually in the break, he tells us he's getting a drink. He got it a multitude faster than he normally does.
I'm not joking, man. I got that 400 speed with the bunny hops. I was all up there, man. Oh, God. We've got some speed coming into this round here, and looks like might see a bit of a turn up in pace here. SKADE, they're getting a bit aggressive towards mid, but nothing more than just an initial engagement. Pretty much, in fact, this is the first full gun round of the map, of course. All in the hands of Crucial, one for Denny's Law as well. And now we're going to be starting to settle ourselves into the matchup here on Overpass as these gun rounds start to come through.
This, I feel like, is a must-win from SKADE again. We were seeing it in Dust 2. They would pick up some of those. They'd pick up some of those rounds that they shouldn't have won, but I feel like when they needed it the most, when they really needed to convert rifle rounds, when they needed to get that score equalized, they just weren't able to do it, and they were coming up short almost every time. Now is their chance to finally get an early hit, an early tie, and start to maybe pick up an early lead. But Dennis Law, his opening kill will be instantly traded by Surreal Rainwaker, trying to add on to it in the front of the bathrooms, maybe making a little bit too much of an advantageous play. So still equalized here, but with 40 seconds to go, Endpoint, they've got to put their foot on the gas here. Shortly in comes one of those smokes up long. It's only to help them set up maybe 35 seconds. I don't know if I entirely like that. They're going to change their path over towards bathroom ships. He's getting up close and personal towards the trash bin. 28 seconds. He's going to continue going. Crucial. Got one on the molly. No, Surreal. He's got the second kill for him. 3v4. We still got Dennis Law on the bomb site. From Truck, he's got to pick up at least one. That's the way to do it, Mezzy. Not ready for him. Oh, with the crosshair disruption, and Surreal has so far found everything for Endpoint. A nade, though, comes under the bomb site, and Thomas is going to be tagged down at 38. Oh, and comes another one, but it misses the mark. So the retake, it'll be inbound, but I don't know how successful it'll be. When Thomas picks up that kill on the duplicate, Oxygen ups to save, and SKADE again come up short when they need it the most. Endpoint have gotten 3. And you know, let me Hayes, I gotta elaborate on a point you said earlier. So you said it was Mezzy who replaced FlameZ, but since I'm a genius and I know everything, right?
Oh yeah, of course. Nothing to do with Twitch chat. Yes, continue.
You know, it was actually Thomas who replaced FlameZ. Okay. Robin got replaced by Mezzy. I know. Okay. I mean, that's just
makes
all
a
knowledge.
Massive difference, actually. I'm really glad that you clarified that because it really changes the dynamic of the conversation.
Yep.
Endpoint back to winning ways, man. Back to winning ways. Just taking the fights. They find all the kills. They get themselves onto the A bomb site. Thomas, he's looking really good right now, man. His aim is just sublime. I mean, it's kind of cool that he found his way back into this Endpoint team, right? Because he went over to America to join Envious, and you know, with Mihu and Calix was in that team as well, alongside Nifty, who is North America's most popular prospect.
Nifty?
Yeah, I'm being completely sarcastic.
I was gonna say.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm just saying it was kind of a failed project, I suppose, in general for Thomas. But he came back home, and he's actually a better player than what he was when he left Endpoint in the first place. So, you know, you have Thomas who comes back, he lifts up the team. You have Mezzy who joins Endpoint. I don't think he ever played for the team before. You know, maybe a few years ago or something like that. But he came back from Cloud9 playing alongside the likes of, you know, Alex, S-Tag, like just crazy experienced individuals. So this Endpoint team has a lot going for them right now. In the round, though, they have lost Crucial. Ships, though, looks like he wants to continue to force the issue. He did step, so Surreal's got the audio cue, and this is the problem for Ships because Anti continues to force his aggression, sometimes when it's just not needed, and Surreal's going to punish him. Yeah. Thomas has found 2 frags of his own, just coming through Monster Tunnel. And Endpoint, they continue to have their way here with SKADE. doing as they please, Ant.
And I've been saying this entire series, man. SKADE, they're just relying too much on these hero plays to come out to save their rounds and to save their series. But it's just not going to work. Endpoint, the coordination, it's just there. Even Surreal going out for a peek on the Rainmaker. Right behind him, he had Surreal getting ready to swing from Party. So even if Rainmaker finds that kill and is looking the right way, he's not getting anything more. You can see, even if you'll have Endpoint players getting multi-kills, look right behind him. I promise you there's a teammate. They've got the spacing and the trade potential that SKADE just don't. And that's something that we need to see change, or else we're going to see them fall down to that 2-1 bracket, and we're going to see Endpoint almost cleanly move into playoffs.
Is the Pinnacle Cup coming home, man?
Maybe.
Oh, man. Endpoint certainly will be hoping so. It's coming home. We all thought they were talking about the Euros. No, it was the Pinnacle Cup. We got it all wrong, everybody. Oh, God, it's a clean round coming through here from Endpoint. They're only going to lose a single player here in the anti-eco. That's going to be a nice boost for their economy. SKADE, it's time for them to turn things around. You know, they didn't look great on Dust 2. There was a period where they looked fairly convincing, I would say. And that was when they were on the T side, the latter stages of the T half. They had that streak, right? Where it's like, okay, this is the SKADE we expected when we began the series. But we've only seen that in isolated moments. We haven't seen that consistently yet. Whereas Endpoint, we have seen them consistently performing, you know, at a really high level in the series so far. So we need to see SKADE upping their game. That's really what it comes down to at this point.
I don't think we've seen Endpoint win a round and instantly lose the next, in the sense of, like, you know, without any momentum.
Oh my God.
Speaking of momentum in team play and everything being done better than SKADE right now, Op shot through the smoke is kind of salt in the wound, right? They're kicking them while they're down. Rainwalker maybe finally taking a step back up to put their fists in the air to try and put up a fight for themselves. As SKADE are down in that 3v4 and still a lot of room to try and make this one back up. They've at least got connector and water control, so they've got information that's necessary to try and stall out this offense. Alongside that, Rainmaker, let's say he gets one in connector, able to fall away, then you're looking at an even Steven standpoint where Endpoint might start to get a little worried, but right now, they can just contact up long for absolutely free. Nobody for SKADE, even if they full stack that, hey, you're not going to push up long in a situation like this. And that's what Endpoint know. They're ready to abuse that and, well, use it to their advantage. Get the 50 seconds to go. Now they're seeing a rotation in Oxygen. He's starting to question, hey, we pushed up into water. We have connector. They're not B. Now they need to stack A. And I still don't know if they're going to be able to put up that much of a fight.
Well, let's see if they can get their players in position in time. Kind of feels like there could be a chance for SKADE to get this defense under wraps if they can just get these players on the site. And, well, Shups, he's going to be able to arrive actually in time. Util will be coming through here from Endpoint, trying to kind of shut SKADE out. I was going to say, Oxygen's actually got a great angle to work with there. Now it's all on Shups to try and save the day. He's actually the only player left alone in the round. A couple isolated fights, but he's only going to be good for the one kill. Endpoint go up 6-1, and that was a full gun round, and I mean, yeah, I guess they did get off to a really good start when they found those two opening picks that went untraded. But SKADE, they're going to have an eco here, but they have to turn things around. And one thing I will say, though, is if you guys are watching this game and you feel like you know what's going to happen from here, then head over to pinnacle.com/odds, where you can find the latest betting odds for this game right here between SKADE and Endpoint. There's a variety of markets to wager on as well, so it's not just betting on the outcome of the game. And there's also a promotion being run by Pinnacle, where if you bet 10 euros, you'll get 10 euros back if you use the code CUP21. So go ahead and get yourself in on the action at pinnacle.com/odds if you think you have what it takes, or if you think you got the knowledge. Desert Eagles and the P250. Like yeah, I mean, listen, and you're once in a generation, so
yep,
not gonna happen. But maybe they've got a smidgen of your talent, and I'd love to have a smidgen of Mezzi's talent. Look at this guy; he's farming them right now. He gets himself a quad kill in the anti-eco. Taking names.
I'm 1 in a million, a genius that came from the Twitch chat.
What's that? You are?
1 in a million, man, a genius that came from the Twitch chat.
I mean, listen, everyone in Twitch chat is a genius. This is well established. This is well documented.
My family.
Yes, my brothers and sisters.
They need me, man.
God. You lead their people.
My people
That
need
is
me.
all. Could they even find a single pick in the round? Yeah, at least.
Okay.
I don't think he'll... Actually, he does keep the AK. So that's going to be a nice little boost for the next round. But Ant, I mean, 7-1, certainly not the be-all and end-all, but considering the fact that they lost their map pick 16-13, it feels like SKADE have to start turning things around here on Overpass.
Yeah, I don't know if they can really afford to drop any more rounds just to, even if Endpoint get that 8th right now and then stall out for the remainder of the half. I feel like going into that defensive side, which you looked pretty nice on for the most part of Dust 2, and you just kind of stomp it out. Or not even stomp it out, but I just don't know how SKADE have what it takes to bring it back into this game, because I've said over and over again, we need to see this change. We haven't seen it change. And I don't know if we're going to see it change in the future, because SKADE, it still just looks like they're relying on those hero plays to come in just towards different places, different angles, different times.
Oh my god, bro.
Speaking of time, it's Crucial who's got the timing shot on a Denislaw, completely blind, hits it anyway. 5v4 to open things up.
I mean, nothing going SKADE's way here. Endpoint's just dominating them at every turn. And this is SKADE's most played map in the past 3 months, so it's not like Overpass is uncharted territory for them. Fantastic util usage. Surreal's really impressed me here in the series so far. Ships, well, he's only going to be good for 1 kill here once again. He's found a couple isolated frags, but 1-for-1's never really valuable as a CT side. Rotations have come through, and Oxygen's going to continue to force the issue, but Crucial with the ZWP, he's got the line under control. I mean, are Endpoint smurfing? What's going on here? What's going on?
They're smurfing.
Looks like
100%.
It is looking like there's a vast disparity, a vast gap between these two teams right now. And we know that there isn't. I mean, SKADE and Endpoint is supposed to be a very closely contested game. I mean, these two teams, they played each other in May. It was a 2-1 with 2 16-14s. They played each other a week before that, 16-13, 16-9. Won by SKADE, by the way. So I'm just saying, Endpoint dominating like this is completely against what we expected.
Yeah, I mean, you and I were like saying before this is a 3-mapper. This is a 3-mapper, no doubt in our minds. But Endpoint, apparently they're going to put a doubt in it, because so far they just sowed the seed of success straight into their pocket. I mean, 8-1 on a full rifle again, and look at the money. You know there is a problem when the most kills you have on any of your players is 4. And it is the 10th round, sorry. It is the 10th round going into it. This is just like atrocious from the side of SKADE. No discredit to Endpoint though, who have just made SKADE look like clowns this matchup.
Woo. I mean, Endpoints have already secured themselves the first half win here inside the first 9 rounds. Redonkulous. And SKADE are going to have to eco here, so it should even go further. It should be 9-1 before SKADE have any chance at answering back. We have a timeout called. And we know what we do with timeouts.
What do we do with timeouts?
Well, speed becomes the name of the game. And you don't want your playing experience to be disrupted by slow payments, so rather choose Trustly to make your payments flow quickly from account to account. You don't need any cards, any apps, or any registration. You can just make the payments with Trustly at pinnacle.com/odds. And you can even try it out on this match right here, Endpoint versus SKADE. So head over to that link. T's and C's apply. 8-1, and the terms and conditions here for SKADE is they need to start winning some goddamn rounds.
They do. SKADE, what they also need to do is they need to try that out, or try something out here, because this is not looking good whatsoever, okay? We're finally going to see something different, moving up long, but again, okay, never mind, not again. I thought we were about to see Denislaw try to go in for an opening duel, like with nobody behind him, but this is more what we need to see. We got, ships posted on the angle. Denislaw, he's there to find the trade. My only concern is nobody is playing anti-flash, so one flash kind of just destroys this setup. But one man towards front path, Rainwaker, he's playing in that individual angle.
Oh my god.
Surreal, he's ready for this? Is he ready? Oh, phasing it though, it's going to favor Rainwaker, and alongside that, Oxygen's found a 1D over towards B, 5v3, Crucial, he's got to get this kill back, jiggling away, trying to bait out the bomb shot, he knows it, scoped in, and he can find the kill still! Now 2v5, no kills have come for Endpoint this round, and only one is going to be traded back. Shit's pushing up long on the op, it's going to find the rest of them, and SKADE finally get another round.
What on earth have we just seen? I mean, what a way for SKADE to get back to winning ways as well. Essentially an eco round. Ships, I mean, he pretty much full invested. He picked up the AWP. And that's not even really the core reason that they win the round. It's the Desert Eagles that find the initial frags. Endpoint, they just can't actually find those kills. They just lose all their opening fights rather. More than enough cash to buy up again coming into this round and the round after this for Endpoint. But, SKADE, they can climb back into this one. A couple rounds that need to be won here. They need to string some together and lose this round right here. And guess what? It's back to square one.
Yeah, we haven't seen SKADE obviously pull any momentum in any of these rounds, so we need to see that change right now. As you said, 3 towards B, 2 on A. What does surprise me is no con pressure from the side of SKADE. I feel like that's something they've done in a couple of these rifle rounds now, giving it up. What can they change up? I still like this though, right? If you take a look at the setups, they're a lot more tightly knit than they were prior, but another problem is, just as I was going to say that, just as I was kind of complimenting these setups, I'm going to instantly redact that statement, because it's again in this situation where, let's say somebody takes front bathrooms, let's say Endpoint phase that smoke and play against it. Rainmaker, he has no trade potential.
It's true. Denny's low. Oh my god. Crucial on the angle. Will find the frag. And that kind of leaves Rainwaker to his own devices now. And he's going to lose that fight with Surreal, who's just been doing such a good job with these gunfights so far. He will fall to Ships though. I mean, Ships is still kind of in no man's land right now, out at sea.
What?
He's going to swing out wide towards Long. I mean, looks a bit weird, right? What are you thinking there, Ships? I guess he's worried they could be wrapping onto the A bomb site. Maybe he thinks that they've left Long so he can force the issue and get the control. I'm not sure. Anyway, Endpoint. The end goal is to get onto the A bomb site, and that's not even going to be contested here by SKADE. They're already committing to the save because they only have enough money on 3 players to buy in the next round. So if they save 2 weapons, they'll buy up again. But Endpoint are straight back to winning ways, and SKADE are back to square one. We're playing snakes and ladders, and Endpoint, well, they're climbing. SKADE, they're falling.
Man, this is just the result nobody expected. Even if you pick Endpoint here, I don't know why, Hayes, right? But you and I, in the past couple of days, have only seen games with, I feel, unexpected outcomes, right? You can't tell me the other day you were going to expect Double Pony to get absolutely stomped on 2 maps. You can't tell me the other day we were ready for Havu to win. You can't tell me today we were ready to see Endpoint start up 9-2 in their T side of Overpass. And then Windows 2, they are just, every expectation is being shattered right now. I don't know what to believe anymore, Hayes.
I mean, and to even add to that, we had Havu beating Fiend 2-0 last night, including like a ridiculously one-sided win on, what was it, Dust 2? They won like 16-9 or something, if I remember correctly. So maybe not ridiculously one-sided. Okay, it was ridiculously one-sided, I thought so. Have a look at the updated series tracker here. We have an 86% win chance for Endpoint. Well, they certainly will be, they'll be feeling sex if they get through to the playoffs, and that will be the case if they win this match right here, Ant. So,
with all due respect, is that how I pronounce that?
Pronounce what?
Is that sex or CEX?
Oh, I wasn't, it probably is sex.
Every time I look at that, I'm like,
Endpoint 6. We're talking about their sponsor. That is what it is. CEX, as you say. Couldn't be anything else.
You didn't help whatsoever, man.
Let's go.
Endpoint.
Big round. There's no cash in the bank here, and there's no money in the bank for SKADE, which means if they lose this round, that could be the beginning of the end. And you don't say that often in the first half, do you?
Yeah, most certainly not, especially with SKADE, as we said, coming into this. This was one of their most played maps. They're just looking like they have no idea what's going on right now. And Endpoint, well, they're kind of pouncing and abusing that fact, taking bathrooms once again. Nobody there, or not even nobody there. Like, Rainmaker's close, but Endpoint, they just don't care, moving up completely dry. They're going to keep doing that, though. With 40 seconds to go, they're going to have to speed it up here shortly. Rainwalker, I feel like swinging there would have been a complete misplay, right? Again, 35 seconds. You don't need to make a hero play. Nobody needs to move, but Chips is going to move anyway and move into a kill. Mighty Max not able to get anything that round, and with 28 seconds to go, they're going to test the waters at B. Speaking of water, 2 of them drop out from Connector. Bomb on the back of Crucial.
I'm surprised. Are SKADE still committing 2 players towards the B bomb, so that at least Oxygen does find that first frag. Support's coming through thick and fast. Needs to stay alive for as long as he possibly can here, but he's going even further than that. He's finding the kills as well. Great defense coming through here from SKADE on the B bomb side. It's only Crucial left remaining, and he won't be able to take his gun into the next round. There we go. 9-3. Endpoint going to be dropping the ball in that round. Didn't really have much going for them. That's why they just try to force the issue in towards the B bomb side. SKADE also forcing the issue on the defense there and towards bathrooms, and they found that frag, which kind of just set things in motion. They got the info, and in the end, we just saw Endpoint like forced into that awkward position. Wow, Endpoint have converted 7 out of 7 opening picks into a round win so far. So they have a 100% conversion rate.
Well, you know, SKADE, This is the last chance I think we'll see for them to start to mount some momentum off of a round that they win with rifles. This is where they need to start to decrease this gap and maybe play for that next half, right? If you end here with 6, you win the pistol, you're right back in the game, but we need to see way more than we're seeing now. SKADE, pretty much stock standard stuff we've seen from them so far, except Rainwaker, sorry, is in front. What is going on? He finds 2, walking through the smoke. Mighty Max with his back turned, gives up an opening duel, and SKADE, they'll be taking that one, no question about it. 3v5 once again, an Endpoint. How do they, I mean, they were put in this exact same situation last round. How are they going to recover it? It didn't work going towards B. Now they're going to test up at A. Still going against an AWP, though, I believe. Ships, yeah, he's got it posted up. And Dennis Long has also got one. So both ops are on A right now. That's definitely not something that you're looking forward to dealing with if you're Endpoint.
Yeah, how on earth did they get themselves into this bomb site without just being picked apart limb from limb as they try and get their way forward in the first place? There we go. Thomas already lost his life. No trade there either. They never anticipate Denny's thought to be on that position. And it's kind of looking like SKADE are starting to come alive now. I mean, they've won 3 of the past 4 rounds, right? And considering that they were down like 8-1 at one stage, it's been a much better turnaround coming through from them. Going to be enough cash here for Endpoint to force up again. But SKADE, they could finish this half 6-9. And I would say that they'd actually be pretty content with that. As I said, when you keep in mind the fact that they were down 8-1, if they could finish the 6-9, yeah, they're fighting back at that point.
You know, Hayes, what really disturbs me is that I looked over and I was ready for Endpoint to chip in and tell us how it's pronounced, but they didn't say it's pronounced. They said, I just say CEX.
Yes. Important
they can't even confirm it for me, man.
Important to differentiate there, and
dude. Oh man, that's always gonna haunt me, isn't it? Kind of like this scoreline's gonna haunt SKADE.
Crucial. Oh my god, on the angle he doesn't connect on the shot. Rainmaker really lucky to be alive right now. The opening pick not secured yet for Endpoint. If this half does finish 9-6, I think that yeah, I mean Endpoint will obviously still be very happy at that point, but they won't be as happy as they could have been. They won't be ecstatic.
Yeah, definitely. You don't want to let SKADE get that far back into it, because alongside being able to pick up the remainder, or rather the last 4 rounds, if they were able to get it to a 9-6 scoreline, the momentum starts to shift back in their favor. The mindset is entirely different going into a half. Look, 9-6 from a scoreline that was once 8-1, but I don't know if we'll be seeing that. And man, Endpoint just aim better in Molotovs. I swear, 3v4 made 2v4 crucial, hits the op shot, and now Ships and Dennis Law trying to retake on the ops themselves.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is going to be the best idea, or maybe it is, because he's able to get one after a miss comes in, but Surreal's instantly on the trade. So now 1v3. Dennis Law, you might just want to save it, my friend.
Man, everybody on this Endpoint team is at the top of their game right now, and everybody, all 5 of them, Surreal's been hitting some really good shots today. Mezzy, we've seen some phenomenal play out of, and Thomas as well. I'd say they've been like the 3 highlight, the riflers. Crucial's had his moments for sure. Maybe Mighty Max hasn't been as quiet, but he plays that particular role in the team where, you know, he's doing a lot of the entry work. He's giving his teammates space. It's not the prettiest role that he plays in the team, so he's not supposed to have all the kills. 10-4. Another thing that's impressed me here about Endpoint is they've been able to lose a couple of rounds and still manage to win thereafter. So it's not like they're just momentum-based. Even when the going gets tough and they don't have the best set of weaponry to work with, they still have what it takes to contend. Big last round of the half here. Endpoint already have double digits.
Yeah, that's definitely a plus side for Endpoint, right? They don't really let teams have momentum, and I don't necessarily know if that's just SKADE, but still, there's a lot of teams that we see in tournaments like this that really rely on keeping momentum going, right? That their success kind of inherently relies on the fact that they picked up the round prior and have that mindset, have that rather momentum in their favor. And Endpoint, they're not a team that really needs that. We've seen them go against SKADE when they're picking up 5 rounds in succession, and they shut it down like it's no problem. Especially on rounds like Ecos. I mean, I just feel like there's no way to counter this Endpoint team. And Dennis Law, he can't even counter Crucial. Falling off doesn't matter, can still react faster. Into a 4v5 we go, which Endpoint have yet to lose when they've been in a situation like this. Rainwaker maybe calling in for reinforcements, but they're late, they're so far away. Duplicate able to pick up a trade, but still, I don't know how far they're going to be able to get into this bomb site. They know 2 players are here. Do they hit the brakes and go B? They might, but it doesn't matter. It's 1v4. Just go wherever you want here, my friends. It's a done round, 11-4. Endpoint going to their CT side with a 7-round gap.
I was a little bit nervous there for Endpoint trying to get themselves onto the A site. Even though they found that initial pick, there were still 2 players there, and that crossfire can actually be enough to lock down the defense. But Endpoint realized, because they get that information, so they actually immediately pivot towards lowers. They find the frag and essentially just get all the kills to win the round. They go up 11-4 here in the first half, and it's just outright domination. I think the betting odds was something like 23 times for SKADE, if I saw that correctly. I could be mistaken, but it's just a really solid performance from Endpoint, and the Pinnacle betting odds reflect that. Now we shift into the CT side pistol, and look at this variation from Endpoint. Normally we see teams stacking up on the B-bomb side, but they're going to be actually stacking up towards the top side of the map and playing for retake over on B, where Crucial is all by himself right now, and he'll be calling for those rotations to come through very quickly. Going to be some big flanks coming through from the CT side. I mean, 4 players essentially, or 3 of them at least, making their way through T-spawn. Crucial can't win that all-important gunfight, and that is problematic because now look at how far forward SKADE can go here in the site.
I don't know if it's going to matter, though. Wait, there's no kit for the side of Endpoint. That could come back to haunt them, but it is not planted for the CT angle, so even if they go all the way deep, they won't have that much of an impact. Quite frankly, the defuse would still be able to be stuck. Kills come in, but now it's in the favor of Endpoint, I feel, because it's 3v3. Yeah, no, never mind. Instantly shut down. Maybe not just yet, though. Thomas, he knows what man is towards heaven, and now with the last man being short oxygen, is he ready for this? He is. Catches one with his back, turns spinning around, but it doesn't matter. And Oxygen catches the 1v2 clutch. They thought he was in CT, but he catches him by surprise for a 5th.
Wow, I mean, what a massive clutch coming through from Oxygen there. Huge round from Denny's Law as well. He finds 3 massive picks, essentially getting his team across the line. Endpoint do a great job on the retake to also find some kills in response, just rampaging forward, hitting with shot after shot. Endpoint now 9 out of 9 times have they found an opening pick and been able to go on to win that round as well. So a 100% conversion rate. Going to be forcing back here. SKADE, they can't afford to lose this round, and
yeah, but this also could be their way right back into the game. Endpoint, as we said, they force back up. So if SKADE can convert this round, you might be looking at potentially 7-8 rounds before Endpoint have a very comfortable buyback into things. Surreal, almost committing too far to that swing duplicate. It's actually going to be tagged down to 56 incoming from a grenade. The next one only does 1 damage, so we won't really talk about it as much, but oh, what is this? The boost comes in. Duplicate just barely wasn't spotted with the gun barrel of Oxygen. Most certainly will. So Surreal gonna take care of him. A good opener for the side of the Endpoint defense, and it still looks like they want to contend for B. 2 coming out Monster with the other 2 lingering around in short. Dennis Law and Co. moving out, dinked up, and they got the info, all of it that they need. They're even dropping smokes at their feet. A minute to go, and SKADE's B site take has gone absolutely nowhere but downhill.
Yeah. And it feels like we've seen Endpoint win a few of these types of rounds today. To be fair, SKADE have also won 1 or 2 as well. So both of these teams have been a little bit iffy in their anti-4/anti-eco rounds. Going to be another boost up here for Surreal. A bit of a variation on the boost.
That's
He hasn't
so much
spotted out
info.
anybody. It is so much info. How do they react to the info is the question. Because they've got Crucial and Toilets right now. And he's saying, yeah, I know you're not seeing anyone, but I'm not seeing anybody or hearing anyone either. Might be finding the timing on the peak here. How's it going to be working out? He comes around the corner and he exposes himself to a number of individuals. And now you can see the response from Endpoint is trying to rotate as quickly as they can. But SKADE are going to be ahead of the game right now. They'll beat Endpoint to the punch. Mezzi's been mollied out of position. And this should be a round win for SKADE. I mean, surely they don't lose the 4 versus 4 post plants.
You see, you say should be, but it will be, right?
Okay.
Catching Surreal as his teammate uncrouches, unfortunate timing and Endpoint. I feel like they kind of dropped the ball here, right? I mean, they spot nobody towards Monster. They spot nobody in water. And they just kind of leave 1 man on A, right? The closest man is Mighty Max, or not, actually, no, I believe it's Mezzi, coming in on the scout. And he's still not there in time before they sprint up to the bomb site itself. So Endpoint, I feel like maybe 1 more rotation could have saved them that round. I mean, they do everything that's necessary. They boost up, get the opening kill in water, find damage onto the monster push, and stall out that B take. Perfect. Then they get all the information they need, and they don't have any more men rotate. They kind of leave it all to the 1 man of, I believe, Surreal and towards Bathrooms. And past that, SKADE, that was their entry path back into the round. At least for the side of Endpoint, they're able to bring the MP9 and the Scout coming back into it. So they might be able to bring some kills back, but still, it should be that score line of SKADE being able to get to 7 before Endpoint can buy, maybe 8 if they're looking for a comfortable one.
Yeah, we'll have to see what Endpoint end up opting for. I think they'll buy up in the next round. I mean, they're going to get what? They're going to get a decent amount of cash when they lose here. $2,400 to be precise. Remember, when you lose the pistol round, you get 2 counts of round loss bonus. I think a lot of people don't actually realize that, so kind of gives you that extra acceleration. But this round should be easy peasy, lemon squeezy for SKADE. keep numbers alive, and just let normality transpire here.
You know, I'm gonna give you one little fix that'll fix everything, right? Right?
Yes.
Just money-wise in the opening rounds, it'll fix everything. Pistol round win bonus. Boom.
Pistol round win bonus?
Yep.
So
Pistol round win bonus of like maybe, I mean, this is just throwing a number out there, but maybe like an extra $800 on top, something not too big, but something that kind of separates buys. I'll get into it actually in a second because Mezzy, he's got so many targets, he's gonna be able to pick up one Rainmaker. Good trade. 2v4, he is actually lucky to be able to walk away with a kill there with how many players were swarming him down. It looks like Endpoint, they're still going to try and throw the Deagle and MP9 into the mix. No, maybe Thomas is just trying to catch an exit. Because, I mean, on a map like Overpass, there's a lot of angles where an MP9 can be useful in a full buy versus full buy situation. I don't know, still getting a little up close and personal. Rainmaker ready to take the duel, and he's going to win it too. 1v4 down to 5 HP, not, well, scared whatsoever. And crucial, maybe just trying to save something? I'm not sure. But again, going into that buy, okay there, duplicates tagged down very low as well. The objective here, honestly, could just be to keep SKADE members on this bomb site, take them down, and keep money somewhat limited, but I don't think that's going to be the case here, because the only man sticking around is Ships, and he'll even dack away as soon as that bomb is ticked past its point. So, 7th is locked in for SKADE, and you know, now I'll ask for your input on pistol round win bonus.
Yeah, not really understanding the logic behind it. What, so that... You don't have like these super even buys in the second round if the T's find the plant sort of thing?
Well, yeah, because I mean, it's kind of, I don't think it's fair. Not even about the plant, right? But like, it's not necessarily fair that a team wins the pistol and they have about as even as a buy as the team that probably, they could have gotten stomped out in it, number one. Number two is a CT. You're kind of destroyed. And even if you could, because that's probably your most winnable force buy of the game, right? Forcing up after you lose a pistol. So, it's very well noted that if you win the pistol and lose the force buy, you're better off having just saved those 2 rounds. So, I just feel like having a small little extra bit of cash for the team who wins the pistol, regardless of side, right, would kind of change that around. Because I feel like it's too even on that second round anymore. The pistol round doesn't really matter.
I'm not sure, man. I do get where you're coming from. I just think that could go the other way and give too much advantage to the side who wins the pistol round. Anyway, 11-7. A big opening pick coming through here for Endpoints as Crucial with the ZWP takes down Oxygen. And this is a big gun round here for SKADE because when you're making a comeback on the T side, you want to win that first gun round because it just gives you that faith, that confidence, that belief that you have what it takes to be competitive. T side Overpass, definitely the unfavored side in comparison to the CT side. Waiting for the smoke to fade. They're going to be executing their way in towards this B bomb site. They've got the util though to make this happen. There are 2 players though here as well, Thomas and Surreal. They have got a player in heaven coming through from Mighty Max. So Endpoints have got players in position to deal with this. Looks like Crucial's even beginning the rotation. Messi spots one up. Ships, he's going to be exposing himself as well, but actually he's going to be the player to find the trade, and that's going to be activating things here for SKADE. Now they're going to try and force their way in towards this B bomb set, but like I said, there's a third, now a 4th player there for Endpoint. They are fully ready and waiting to welcome SKADE with open arms, and they'll find all the frags with only losing 1 player of their own.
And I'm pretty sure this is the exact situation we saw from SKADE on a map like, or on Dust 2, I'm sorry. It was what? Do you remember the half A's? It was like 9-6, right?
It was 9-6, yeah.
And I actually, never mind, because I don't think they found too much success, but still, like, they just weren't able to convert those opening rifles, and that's where Endpoint started to run away with it. Even if they weren't able to find the greatest amount of success, it's where they really started to take a turn into their favor. Now up 12-7, going against still a rifle round, but not many more to come if SKADE can't convert this one right here. So this is kind of a do-or-die situation. And, you know, they just haven't looked hot enough for me to say that I give them the advantage in this round.
As you say, it does kind of feel like this is a do-or-die situation. If SKADE loses gun round, there's just no cash in the bank, and it looks like they're just trying to execute their way towards the B-bomb site here, and I'm not sure if I love this so much. They've taken so much useful damage. Oh my god, the flashbang comes through. Frag's being traded back and forth right now. Duplicate trying to separate the 2 teams, but he'll end up falling after the 1 kill. Thomas will keep himself alive as he extinguishes the flames, and it's a disaster here for SKADE. They're being picked apart limb from limb. Thomas continues to frag. The train just decimates SKADE. And in this all-important round, right, you're down 1-0 in the series. You're down 12-7 in the second map. You have 1 gun round with no cash left in the bank. You've just tried the B burst. Is that route the best option, in such an important round? Is that the best percentage game you can bring to the table instead of maybe opting for like a passive default where you work as a unit, find picks, and then work your way into an exec? I just feel like this is a little bit too Hail Mary for my liking.
If they would have thrown a little more util on that take, I don't think it would have been all that bad, to be completely honest with you, right? The only issue is the only molly that comes towards the toxic area is after everybody's dead out of monster. That's the biggest issue, right? You can throw toxic mollies from back in monster, right? You can go on the stairs and on your way up, you can throw a Molotov, make sure it's like at least burning so you have some info that a player is there. Because now you're looking at, he extinguishes the fire, you wait for that smoke to go out, you do the exact same hit you just did, but now that extra Molotov comes in, he can't extinguish it, and you're looking at a way more doable take. But you don't throw util, you just put your foot on the gas, no flashes, nothing, and you expect it to beat a team like Endpoint, who's very coordinated. That's not going to happen.
Oh man, that's a good point, and look at how this round has begun already. Crucial with the AWP opens up. I mean, how many opening picks has he found with the AWP, man, in this series? He's been sublime. One of the AWPers who takes initiative. He takes action. He doesn't just sit back and wait. And SKADE, well, they're going to lean in towards this B bomb site once again. And do you know what the definition of insanity is? It's trying the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. And it doesn't look like this result's going to be changing. SKADE, they're about to go down 14-7 with no cash in the bank. It's a calamity. And Endpoint, well, they're on the cusp of winning the series 2-0 in a very dominant fashion as well. Yes, they only won 16-13 on Dust 2, but they were ahead for the entirety of that map. It felt like they were always going to win that map, and they did. Here on Overpass, it completely outclassed SKADE.
Yeah, SKADE, I feel like they've just notoriously in this entire series, not even just this map alone, they've just come up short, even when they've needed it the most, when they're in situations to maybe get ties, to take the lead, to pick up big, impactful rounds, they just drop the ball. And not even necessarily as much as you'd think of just sprinting out monster into a full B side, hold. But I mean, like, maybe down to 1v1s that they just barely can't close out, and it kind of destroys them. Because those rounds that they lose in those very close situations are so impactful and so beneficial, and they haven't been able to pick up, I think, a single one of them in this series. Don't tell me they're going to do it again, Hiss.
I mean, and Endpoint will never expect this to be happening again. It's happening again. They're charging forward right now, but it looks like it's going to be the same result once again. Thomas continues to rack up the frags. Mighty Max adds a couple to the tally as well. And SKADE, well, they're proving to be insane here because they're trying it again and nothing proves to be coming successful or working out for them. 15-7. Endpoint find themselves on map and series points. One more round and they will reach themselves or secure themselves a spot in the playoffs. And this is for the Pinnacle Cup. It's huge, and Endpoint would love to find themselves a spot in the playoffs in this $100,000 event.
Never works, Ace. It never does. I'm telling you, if you're tilted, if you're not
Can they try it again? Listen, one more time.
One more time? Maybe. Wait, the bomb? Go in there.
Oh my god. I mean, you can see that SKADE have kind of tapped out, and the white flag is being waved just purely based off the fact that they've played these past two rounds tells me that. The way that they've been forcing up surreal tracer bullets takes chips down through the door. Thomas has found Rainwaker. Endpoints are just flexing on SKADE at this point. And like I said, it feels like SKADE have potentially tapped out here. Oxygen's going to be isolated by that molly. He'll be forced into the open, but actually, maybe a chance here. SKADE showing a bit of fight back into the 3 versus 3 they go.
Still an even situation, but now kind of favors the side of SKADE. Oh, you know, yeah, we both almost had a heart attack. We might still, because that Molotov now forces him into a more aggressive angle, but nobody on the CT side is ready to take the fight. Mighty Max closest in. Can he find the kill? Not yet. Takes the damage, takes the fight. Not able to come out on top, though. The op tags one out and towards Pit. Finds the kill into Oxygen, looking for the flick. Not going to get it, but still, info very much so in the side of Endpoint. Trades go good for him, though. Crucial on the AWP jumping in. He's Batman doing his best impression now in the 1v1.
Oh my god!
Hits the close range shot, and Endpoint pick up the map 16-7 and 2-0 over the boys of SKADE.
What is that play from Crucial? As you say, he just Supermans. He flex on SKADE. He flexes on them. Ridiculous scenes coming through from the Dutch AWPer. The Flying Dutchman destroys SKADE.
Oh my god.
Oh man, there he is. He's feeling proud of himself. He's got that little smug look on his face. Yeah, Mezzi's like, yeah, we just did that. 2-0, boys. Mighty Max, cool, calm, and collected. He ain't too phased. Oh man, what a victory for Endpoint. Just so damn impressive from them, man. Really, really good work. Clean series. Thomas the Tank Engine was sublime throughout. He destroyed them, and
Yeah, I mean, especially on Dust 2. What did he end? I can't remember the exact KD he ended with, but I remember looking at one point he was like 23 and 15, top of the server. That was early in the second half, man. Thomas, this is just something we don't see from him too much, right? Yeah, don't get me like right. I don't know 100% everything about Endpoint, but I'm pretty sure he's the IGL. And right, I'm right. Right, just
actually, that's a good point.
I'm pretty sure he's the IGL.
I
That's
don't
why I
think
was so
so.
surprised.
I mean, he could be. He could be. I thought it would have been Mighty Max or Surreal, but you're actually right. It could be him. Good points. Anyway, Ant, it's a resounding victory in the end here. One-sided, to say the least. Endpoint dominating proceedings here against SKADE. They booked themselves a spot in the Pinnacle Cup playoffs through the way of a 3-0 run here in the Swiss stage. And what a
They even
perfect
dropped the map.
performance
They
this has
did.
been from Endpoint. Did they not even drop a single map in any
They
of their
did.
games?
MIBR got one on them.
Okay, so I mean that's respectable. They also dropped a map to Ents, I believe. That was in another competition altogether. Never mind. Right here, though, we do see that Endpoint indeed have qualified for the next stage as we get a look at the updated bracket. 3-0, or the updated table, should I say. 3-0 for Endpoint. And SKADE, they drop into the 2-1 record.
Yeah, that was just kind of dominant from Endpoint, thickened through almost the entire series. Sure, Dust 2 was more of a close affair, but I mean, 16-7 on Overpass. It just looks like they got outclassed around the board. T
Yeah,
side,
exactly.
CT side, upside, downside, whatever. They just kind of destroyed them. They'd go A, there would be no answer for the side of SKADE. They'd go B, they'd go anywhere. And SKADE, I mean, the team play was just lacking. And against a team like Endpoint that are very experienced, that know what they're doing, just going up, praying that those solo and individual plays work is not the way to go about dealing with it. And that's really why they just get picked apart through that entire map.
Yeah, tough draw for sure for SKADE. They're going to have to come back fighting to try and make that playoff spot. As we say, congratulations to Endpoint. They have secured exactly that. So, guys, we're going to be taking a bit of an extended break here because of how quick that series actually was. We're going to be returning in 1 hour with the pregame for the next match. It's going to be Ents taking on Sinners. Both of these teams are looking straight fire lately, by the way. Both of them are going to be fighting for a spot in the playoffs as well. So it is going to be a chef's kiss game. I'm so excited for that next match. Like I said, we're going to have a bit of an extended break. So just to build up the anticipation, we'll be catching you guys in about an hour. So don't go too far because it's going to be a great game of CS. We'll see you guys then.